Rivals, the Detroit Red Wings, and without their leading scorer. The Wings have played their way into a playoff position, and they've been waiting for the Hawks to return home. So with Connor Bedard out of action, every Hawk will need to bring a little more to the mix tonight as they try to sweep the season series with the Wings here tonight. Hi again, everyone. John Weideman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Romeliotis. Want to welcome you into our broadcast this evening. This is a special night of hockey here at the United Center as the Blackhawks not only take on the Detroit Red Wings for the only time at home this season, Steve, but they're honoring many of their past greats. It's the Centennial Celebration night, and it's going to be full of all kinds of very interesting things to talk about.
Well, I think a lot of fans will obviously appreciate it, but I think the players on the ice are going to appreciate it. It's history, and this is a great historic teams that have battled each other for over 100 years, basically. And, of course, they both played in the Norris Division. And back when I played, we'd see each other 8 times. And that was 8 times too many because there was a lot of bad blood between the squads. You know, they had guys like Probert and Kosher and Gallant and Primo. And it was a rough and tumble style of game back then. And I think it's carried over as far as the competitiveness goes, and nothing better than the Chicago-Detroit matchup.
And, Steve, I was going to say, I'd like you to expound on a game like this, what games like this are like, because you played on both sides of this rivalry.
Well, yeah, and you realize, how much it means to the cities. There's no love lost between Detroit and Chicago, whether it's in baseball, whether it's in football. And especially in basketball, too, and especially in hockey. So it's been a long tradition. And, we used to get a ton of people coming to Detroit to watch the games. We'd see a lot of Detroit fans at the old stadium when we played them. So you realize it means a lot to the fans. It means a lot to the cities. And that's why I think you're willing just to give a little bit more.
Well, right now they're rolling ceremonial video here with a large curtain that extends down from the scoreboard here that hangs over center ice at the United Center. This is just a spectacular type of setting that we see here. And in a moment, we're going to join the great Pat Foley, the voice of the Blackhawks for so many years. He's going to be the master of ceremonies for the ceremonies that are going to take place here tonight. Pat, of course, has been a part of this rivalry for, I'm going to say over 30 years. All those games at the stadium, the games here at the United Center. If anybody knows about Hawks and Wings, it's Pat.
Well, that's right. And I don't know if he would have went back to the old Olympia, because the Olympia, I believe, ended in 79. So Pat came in just early 80s.
I believe,
So he would have been definitely at Joe Louis Arena, and that was a historic barn. And obviously the Madhouse on Madison, the old stadium, which we obviously loved. And we've certainly grown accustomed to this new place, the United Center, which I think still, and we're talking about literally 30 years later, still the best building in the NHL.
Now they flash up the image of the old Chicago Stadium, the icon, and the Remember the Roar insignia. Oh, man, what a great building that was. Now the Blackhawk logo, the curtain drops, and we'll go down to ice level, and we'll join our master of ceremonies, Mr. Pat Foley.
Welcome to Chapter 2 of the Blackhawks Centennial Celebration. Tonight, it's Chicago Stadium night as we honor the cathedral where the Blackhawks built their identity and where so many great traditions were born. Of course, we also know it as the Madhouse. 31 years ago, the Blackhawks hosted their final game and said goodbye to the greatest hockey arena ever built. There are many people here tonight who remember it well. But there are also many of you who never had the chance to be in it. They've only heard stories of it. For both of those groups, I strongly recommend a documentary called The Madhouse, which can be found on the Blackhawks website. You need about 40 minutes to watch it. It was beautifully crafted by the brilliant Sergio Lozano. When it opened in 1929, the stadium was the world's largest indoor arena. The Barton organ had 3663 pipes that were actually built into the foundation of the building. You didn't just hear it, you felt it. The stadium had the unique arrangement of locker rooms in the basement, and the athletes had to climb 21 stairs to get to the ice surface, similar to gladiators entering an arena. In the stadium, there were no frills, No video boards, no luxury suites, no distractions, just fans on top of hockey players. And the stadium was as tough as the neighborhood it resided in. Now, please turn your attention to the video board. We'll take a look back and pay tribute to Chicago Stadium and what it meant to the organization and the fans.
You want to talk about Chicago Stadium? For 65 years, it wasn't just a building. Buildings are what other cities have. Chicago Stadium was a cathedral of sport, the voice of Chicago itself. When other arenas whispered, when they kept things quiet and polite, we said, "Are you freaking kidding me?" We roared. The Madhouse on Madison was born because we took 18,000 people and stacked them straight up to the sky. We put them right on top of the action. Just you and the ice in the most intimate hockey experience in the world. And what happened? The building shook. Literally shook. Al Melgard's organ didn't just play background music. It taught every arena in America how to make music. Wayne Mesmer sang our anthem like a battle cry, rattling opposing teams to their core. Gate 3.5 meant something. No separation between heroes and the people who made them legends. Our players walked through our crowd. And when we moved to a new home, did we abandon our soul? Are you out of your mind? We carried the madness with us because what we built in those hallowed halls wasn't tied to 4 walls and a roof. It was us. And we're still here.
Listen to this crowd!
There were many legends of the game who skated at 1801 West Madison Street. A few of them are here tonight, each playing hundreds of games at the stadium. J.P. Bordelot, John Marks, Phil Russell, Grant Mulvey, Savoir Faire, Dennis Savard. Thanks for being here tonight, boys.
Quickly,
Thanks
I
for
want to
all the
mention to
memories.
Listeners, you see the images of all the players that Pat mentioned on the video screen right now. Let's rejoin Pat. And then, of course, the image of our beloved Troy Murray. Couldn't be with us tonight.
It's a tremendous honor for me to be here as part of this ceremony tonight, but I'm feeling a little bit lonely. So if it's okay, can I bring out an old friend, a man who skated in Chicago Stadium, broadcast in the stadium. Oh, by the way, he built your championship teams. Please welcome back to Chicago Hawks legend, Dale Talon.
And now Dale Talon, resplendent in an alumni coat, beautiful red coat that is, with the Blackhawks insignia on it, walks down the red carpet, out, and he gives Pat a big hug next to the podium. Hopefully Dale will have an opportunity to speak, but we'll see. Here's Dale.
My favorite 4 words ever in hockey, back to you, Pat. He taught me everything I know, but not everything he knows. It's an honor and a thrill to be back in this great city. I love this place. I love you fans. I love broadcasting with Pat. We're the dearest of friends. He taught me, and he's the most generous man. And I'm so happy that you people still honor him and still love him, as I do. But building a hockey team and being part of the lore of this great organization is something that I will cherish and honor forever. So thank you for all the great memories. I love this place.
Short and simple. Dale Talon, the architect of all those Stanley Cup championship teams, and a former Blackhawk player himself. Here's Pat.
Thanks, Dale. There were many historic events that took place at Chicago Stadium. 3 NBA finals, 10 Stanley Cup finals, Both the Democratic and Republican national conventions were there, and even an NFL championship game. The celebration, though, of the national anthem began in the 1980s and became an event unto itself. It was the 1991 NHL All-Star Game that showed the world how we do it in Chicago and made it synonymous with Blackhawks hockey. And to this day, it's the best tradition in all of sports. Shout out right here to Jimmy Cornelison, who's the Blackhawks anthem singer. He's cool enough tonight to step aside as we try to make this arena sound like Chicago Stadium in every way possible. To do that, we invite you to try and recreate the roar that existed across the street, even though the UC is twice the square footage. But to help us try to copy the sounds of the stadium, who better to help with the public address announcing tonight than Stadium PA voice Harvey Wittenberg.
Thank you, Pat. It's my great honor to introduce former Blackhawk players who played at the Chicago Stadium during its final years. Please welcome to the ice, number 10, Brian Noonan.
Brian Noonan skates out in a complete Blackhawk uniform set there, Steve. Sans the shoulder pads. Looks like he can still play.
Brian, one of the
Number
most underrated
20,
players ever.
Gary Suter.
Gary Suter, who played for the Blackhawks during the 1990s, an outstanding defenseman from Wisconsin. He can still wheel a little bit. Wearing the, by the way, the white uniform.
And now
pattern.
the last player to score a Blackhawk goal, the old Chicago Stadium. Former alternate captain and Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, number 27, Jeremy Roenick.
So JR goes for a little twirl, skates out to center ice, shakes hands with both Dale Talon and Pat Foley, waves to the crowd. He's got the sweater tucked into the top
Former
of the
Blackhawk
pants there,
captain,
Steve, like he always
Bob Murray.
Bob Murray, who played defense for the Blackhawks for a number of years and became the general manager of the Anaheim Ducks later on. He's always welcome back.
Former Blackhawks captain, Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, Chicago's own retired number, Chris Chelios.
On the night they give away his bobblehead, Chris Chelios will skate out onto the ice surface here at the United Center and a wave to the crowd with a stick above his head. Handshakes with Dale and Pat, and then he'll go get in line with his former teammates right at the blue line.
Well, folks, the stadium, of course, was second to none. We hope you can help us try to recreate the magic that happened there. And that usually revolves around the atmosphere that existed. These athletes were always inspired by what you brought to the arena. Now, the current Blackhawks are going to drop the puck for a big-time game here against a legendary rival in just a few minutes' time. So be with them, be on them, and do what you do. So thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate Chicago Stadium. The United Center is a fantastic arena, but for those who are ever in the stadium, we'll never see an arena like that again. This place is phenomenal. Make it loud. Do what you do. Thanks for being here.
Well done by Pat Foley. Well done. Saluting everybody pretty much. And he and Dale will now walk down the red carpet to the benches area here. Here's Gene Honda again. I think back to what Pat said, the square footage of the United Center double what the stadium was, but almost the same number of people in the stadium as we have here.
Well, that's right. I can remember flying over. I was still playing with the Blackhawks when the United Center was being built, and it was literally 3 times the size of the old Chicago Stadium.
They said you could fit the stadium literally inside the United Center where we're looking at right now. So
easily.
Wow. As the Blackhawk players now come to their bench, the Red Wing players will do likewise, and we'll have hockey here momentarily. But we're going to have the anthem and a very special treat for our Blackhawk fans and listeners worldwide. Those of you who have plugged in for decades to Blackhawk radio broadcasts, I extend my personal thanks. Pat used to call him back in the day, and now he's a member of the ambassador team. But here tonight, in a moment, we're going to cut away to the anthem. And the great Wayne Mesmer is going to take control and give all of you listeners an idea of what it was like when Wayne used to sing the anthem back at the old stadium. Boy, those were moments I'll never forget. I was usually in the second balcony, Steve. I was up there behind everybody else standing in the walkway up there because I couldn't afford a seat, but what the heck.
Choking on the smoke back there, right?
Oh, yeah. And it was thick at times.
I'd like to recognize
Let's pick up Gene Honda.
Army Command Sergeant Major Jason Kwok and United States Army Staff Sergeant Alec Vosh. Thank you for your service.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able. Remove your hats and turn your attention.
Tonight's presentation of our national anthem is proudly sponsored by Omega Plumbing, a proud partner of Plumbers 911.
Wayne Mesmer as they perform our national anthem.
All the smoke that you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly hailed at the twilight's flashing, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Oh, take me back. Wayne Mesmer with our Star-Spangled Banner. That was special. All right, Steve, as they roll up the red carpet, let's get to some sponsored items. What a great ceremony. Who's going to deliver? Sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. Electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm picking Nick Lardis in his NHL debut and Blackhawks debut here tonight. 71 goals last season in junior in the Ontario Hockey League. I'm picking Nick to light up the lamp tonight. Keys to the game are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Steve has got your keys for you.
Well, first off, life without Connor, and it might only be one game, but somebody's got to step up. And whether it's Frank Nazar, Ilya Mikheyev, maybe it's Ryan Donato, but they're going to miss some offense. Somebody's got to provide it. Hopefully somebody helps fill those shoes. Secondly, win the special teams. Blackhawks were 3 for 3 at Detroit on the power play. in that game that they won. They've killed all 5 penalties in that game also. So make sure that your special teams are firing in all cylinders. And finally, beware the former Hawks. And I'm talking about the line of Patrick Kane, Alex DeBrincat, and Andrew Kopp, who have been red hot on this road trip. 3-1-1 so far in the 5 games they've played. That line, though, 8-0 when they're on the ice 5-on-5. They have not been scored on 5-on-5. So make sure you're aware when 88 and 93 are on the ice.
Outstanding. All right, who are you banking on, Steve? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
I'm going with Detroit area native Frankie Nazar, who's in a little bit of a slump right now, goal-scoring-wise. No goals in his last 19 games, but I know he grew up a Detroit Red Wing fan. I know it means a lot to play against the team he idolized growing up. So Frankie Nazar is the guy I'm counting on.
If he could bust out tonight, Steve, I think that would just bolster his confidence like nothing could. Let's get to the starting lineups. In goal for the Red Wings tonight, it's going to be John Gibson in his career against the Blackhawks. He's 6-10-1 with 2 shutouts. At defense for the Wings are Moritz Seider and Simone Edvinsson. And then up front from left to right, excuse me, the Cat, Alex DeBrincat, starts at left wing. Centering the Wings' opening line is Andrew Kopp, and starting at the right wing, Mr. Showtime, Patrick Kane. For the Blackhawks, it's Arvid Soderblom in goal. 1-0-0 against the Wings in his career. At defense are Matt Grzelcyk and Artem Levshin. Off up front from left to right, Tyler Bertuzzi starts at left wing. Centering the Hawks' opening line, the guy Steve was talking about, Frank Nazar. Starting at the right wing, Andre Burakovsky. Referees tonight are Stephen Hiff and Francois St. Laurent. Handling the lines, Killian McNamara and C.J. Murray. And Jocelyn Lemieux and Steve Smith will be the honorary guys to pull the foghorn cord. There it is. And Smitty's holding on a little while there, so is Jocelyn Lemieux. Down to center ice we go. Nazar and Kopp to face off. The second and final meeting between these two original 6 rivals underway, and the Hawks control. Levshinoff bats a pass up the right wing. Burakovsky center ice, then to Nazar at the wing line. He'll bat the puck off of the wing and down ice beside the net. Gibson stuck it away to the near corner. Seider then misplays the puck, but Kane took it back, spun it behind the net, around at the far side. Andrew Kopp has it at center ice in front of the benches. Then you hear the derisive chant going in the background here. I won't repeat it, folks. Wings gain control in the Hawk zone. Kane in the right wing corner to Seider right point. Slings it to the left point, Edvinsson. To DeBrincat rolling through the high slot to Edvinsson down the left wing side. Cuts to the net and fires a backhander kicked out of there by Soderblom. Loose puck in the near corner. Kane's got it. Kane outnumbered by a couple of Hawks. Had the puck pulled away and then took it back. Patrick Kane in the right wing corner getting a little bear hug there by Grzelcyk. Works his way free, drops the puck back to the corner to Kopp, sent it in front for DeBrincat. He scores. DeBrincat just redirected that pass from Kopp through the wickets on Soderblom. 55 seconds into the hockey game. It's a 1-0 Detroit lead.
Well, that's exactly what the Blackhawks didn't want to have happen. That line that's been red hot. They are now 9-0, scoring goals in the last 6 games. The Andrew Kopp, Alex DeBrincat, and Patrick Kane line, and just kind of a harmless little play. I didn't like the coverage from the Blackhawks to begin with. It looked like Burakovsky lost his check on Edvinsson very early in that shift. Edvinsson had a real good look in close, and after that, they ended up picking up the loose puck in the corner, getting it towards the net, and it's Alex DeBrincat who finishes it off.
So for the Cat, that's number 19 on the season from Kopp and Kane, as I mentioned, 55 seconds into the hockey game. And the Wings attacking again in behind the Hawk net. Jason Dickinson lifts the stick of one of the wing players and works the puck free. Comes out to Teravainen along the left wing boards. He'll poke it ahead to center ice intended for Jason Dickinson, but it's taken back by Detroit captain Dylan Larkin. He flips it across the rink, and this will bank down ice behind the Hawk net, where Louis Crevier runs into Lucas Raymond. Raymond takes the puck away. Raymond fed it up the slot. This deflects away to the left point. Then Sherratt there for the Wings. We'll stick it down behind the net into the near corner. Teravainen scoops the puck back in behind the Hawk net. Lucas Raymond took it there to Larkin, top of the near circle. He fumbled the puck onto the stick of the Hawks, Jason Dickinson. He'll skate to the Red Wing blue line, and he got a little too much on that dump in. That ends up toppling over the top of the glass and up and out of play. So 1-0 Detroit, 18-13 left in period number 1.
Yes, they mentioned the end of a 6-game road trip for the Detroit Red Wings, 3-1-1 in the previous 5 games. They did lose their last game at Edmonton 4-1, but prior to that, they had lost in a shootout to Columbus. They beat Seattle. They beat Vancouver 4-0. And they also beat the Calgary Flames 4-3. So far, pretty good Western swing for this Detroit Red Wing team.
Here's Jacob Bernard Docker firing a pass ahead from the wing zone down into the Hawk end off a deflection. Hawks get it back and clear their end. Colton Dock at center ice to Wyatt Kaiser over the Red Wing blue line left point. Put it down to the corner to Dock, who fires a shot that deflects off of one of the wings. And that caught Albert Johansson up high and deflects up into the protective netting. Johansson lost his stick in the process. He seems to be none the worse for wear. Face-off circle to the right of Gibson in the Detroit zone.
Yeah, Johansson may be a name Blackhawk fans aren't really used to. A kid out of Sweden who's actually played very well for these Detroit Red Wings, especially of late. Tonight playing with Bernard Docker. Previously, though, he'd been playing with Travis Hamonic.
Now Dominic Toninato will make his debut for the Hawks. Face-off circle to the right of Gibson. Ryan Donato wins it back to the left point. Wyatt Kaiser firing from there, and Toninato deflects it just wide off the glass. Stephen Compher, a native of Northbrook, clears the puck off the boards down to the Hawk blue line. Kaiser there to Colton Dock into the Red Wing zone, had the puck chipped off his stick. James Van Riemsdyk took it away for Detroit and sends it off the boards down into the Hawk zone. Kaiser handling it between the circles. Here's Kaiser holding as the Hawks complete a line change. Kaiser with an outlet pass on the left wing side at center ice. Teravainen. He's over the Red Wing blue line toward the corner and then lost the handle of the puck. Sider of the Wings will stick it back down ice into the Hawk end. Alex Vlasic with a lead pass up the left wing. Teravainen in front of the penalty boxes to Dickinson. Crisscrossing with Mikheyev in over the Red Wing blue line. Is leaned on by Edmondson. Put the puck into the corner. That's taken away by Dylan Larkin, who clears it around. But Teravainen intercepts from the left point, fires. Blocked in front, and then Mikheyev spins and fires a shot, and that was blocked as well. Wings come out of their end, led by Moritz Sider at center ice. Calder Trophy winner will now take the puck and loop back into the wing zone as the Wings make a line change.
Instead of shooting that in, sorry, John, Moritz Sider, instead of shooting it in, realized that his team was changing, just doubled back, came back with it. They still have control of the puck.
Now Ben Sherratt fires a pass that hit a skate and ricochets down at the top of the Hawk crease, where Arvid Soderblom will plop on it with a glove and hold it. Then a face-off. The face-off will ensue in the circle to his right.
Well, tonight's Coaches Challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions.
Here's Nick Lardis in his NHL debut. His first shift in the NHL. Face off to the right of Soderblom. Hawks control. Leshinoff firing a pass up the left wing for Oliver Moore. It's off his stick down to the Red Wing blue line. Axel Sandin Pelika there to spin it over to Sherratt. He'll flip it down ice into the Hawk zone. Behind the net it goes. Soderblom guides it around up the left wing side. Moore. Rink wide pass Lardis on the fly over the wing line. Stopping top of the right circle. Fed the slot to Moore. He fires. That goes over the net and up off the glass.
Good awareness there by Lardis. Just a hold up, find the late man. It was Moore. Unfortunately, Moore put it about 6 inches over the crossbar.
Now Levshinoff dumps the puck off of Sherratt's leg into the wing end. Moore collects right point. Moves it left point. Matt Grizzlick strokes it off the end boards. Ryan Green to the puck left corner. To Grizzlick left point. To Connor Murphy right point. Send it down toward the net. Stopped there by Green. Here's Green taking the puck away to the right wing boards. He'll leave it in the right wing corner to Andre Burakovsky. Burakovsky checked off the puck. Nate Danielson of the Wings took it away and put it to Sandin Pelika, back of the wing net. He's chased out by the Hawks' Frank Nazar up the left wing side. Sandin Pelika lifts it to the Hawk blue line. To break it, took it away from Murphy into the Hawk zone. Gave it to Kane. He shoots. He scores. Patrick Kane with a backhander from the right wing side of the slot. And this beats Arvid Soderblom under the glove. It's now 2-0 Detroit.
You know, I hated that play as a defenseman when the puck gets flipped to you and you got to glove it. As soon as Connor Murphy gloved it and put it down, it was taken off his stick. And I believe it was Alex DeBrincat who picked his pocket. And it was off to the races. It turned into a 2-on-1. And that, yes, DeBrincat who gets the loose puck. 2-on-1 with Kane. Perfect saucer pass over a sliding Wyatt Kaiser. And that shot by Kane on the backhand, above the pad, below the glove. And number 88 has done it again, and he's given his team the 2-0 lead.
Another day at the office for Patrick Kane, right, Steve? Gee whiz.
Goal and assist to start this game. We're 4.5 minutes in.
All he needs now is a scrap. He's got the Gordy hat trick, right? I don't think we're going to see that tonight. 6 goals this season for Kane from DeBrincat. The goal at 4:35 of period number 1. Wings attack again. Edmondson from the left point firing a shot in and out of the glove of Soderblom. Hawks on the attack now. An outlet pass from Murphy to Burakovsky. He mishandled it back into the Hawks zone. The Hawks get it back. Murphy now to Burakovsky through center over the wing line. To Bertuzzi, left circle. The former wing firing a shot, and a blocker save made by Gibson. Puck pushed out of there. Crevier let it rip for the right wing side, and that hit Edmondson in the foot. He's on the hobble right now. Loose puck in the near corner in the wing zone. Kane sticks it up the boards, taken away by Burakovsky. Then he lost it down to the corner. And Sider will take the puck and spin it behind his net over to Edmondson. Then back to Sider, back in the net. Sider carrying up the left wing side to the Red Wing blue line. Will turn and flip it down in behind the net. Albert Johansson now on the puck in the near corner. Johansson backhands it to center ice over the logo. Comfort's got it there. Hands it on the right wing to Michael Rasmussen into the Hawk zone to the right wing corner. Stopping there, he fed it back to the point. And the puck taken there and spun down ice in behind the Hawk net by Bernard Docker. Taken away by the Hawks, and Ryan Donato will now clear to center ice. Here's Donato firing it down the glass in behind the wing net. Pulls around up the near side. A big hit by Colton Dock. Out on the wings, Jacob Bernard Docker, as Bernard Docker clears to center ice. We get the hyphenated names on the Red Wing team here. Here's Nate Danielson into the Hawk zone on the right wing. Pushed off the puck nicely by Matt Grzelcyk, and the Hawks get possession. Leshchenov from behind the net. The Grzelcyk along the left wing boards, Hawk line, then ahead to Colton Dock at center ice. He'll loop the puck down to the left wing corner of the Red Wing zone. And a big hit now by Dickinson on Sherratt behind the net. Hawks get the puck back. Lourdes fires from the right circle. That hit escape. The other way come the Wings. Elmer Soderblom, the brother of Arvid, down the left wing into the Hawk zone. Flattened with a body check by big Louis Crevier. One big man against another. Hawks clear their end. Here's a pass from Dickinson to Moore. To Lourdes over the Red Wing blue line. Caught the pass in his skates in the high slot, but it bounces away. Crevier held it in at the right point. Tried to spin it down to the corner. Sherratt then clears it ahead to Soderblom. And Elmer Soderblom clearing to the Hawk blue line. Crevier there to Ryan Green. He's over the Red Wing blue line, left point. Got some room to the high slot. Sets up the right circle. Murphy rolling to the net. He shot it right through the crease. Slides through to Vlasic. He fires from the left wing boards. And that hit Mikheyev, posted in front of the net. Wings get the puck back. Dylan Larkin carried to center ice. Hands the puck off Lucas Raymond. He lifts it into the Hawk zone. And the puck is knocked down with a high stick by the Hawks, hence the whistle stopping play. 12:39 left in period number 1 here at the United Center. Hawks and Wings. It's the Wings 2 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe, power outage, furnace failure, no hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
Hey, it's Jason Dickinson. Don't miss a moment. Stream the game on WGNradio.com.
Well, have you ever wanted to be featured during a Blackhawks game? Well, now's your chance with the BMO Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Enter for a chance to win 4 lower-level tickets, an autographed Blackhawks replica Centennial jersey, and the opportunity to compete on the big screen during the game for a shot at amazing prizes. Visit Blackhawks.com/promotions to enter today. And just a quick shout out, John. Joe Jacobs from BMO was with us on that last road trip to St. Louis. He brought a couple of his clients, Pete Fisher, Danny Jaffe, and boy, we had a great time. Unfortunately, the game didn't end up the way we wanted it to, but Joe Jacobs, great guy along with his guests.
Always great to have their company. The BMO folks are just wonderful people. and big-time Hawk fans. So always great to have them aboard. Face-off circle to the right of Soderblom. The Wings get control. Now Edvinsson moves across. Here's Kane from the right circle firing, and a butterfly save made by Soderblom. Nazar outlets up the right wing for Burakovsky. Puck bounces off his stick, but Nazar came along very determined, took it away, and carried into the wing zone, the right wing side. Lost the puck, got it back to Burakovsky in the right wing corner. To Nazar in the slot. One-time shot, and that hit the defenseman Edvinsson and deflects up into the protective netting. Well, Simon Edvinsson, I give him a lot of credit, Steve. He's taken 2 off the foot. And, he took that second one off the top of the foot. And you've been in that situation before as an NHL defenseman. You know how bad that hurts.
Oh, yeah. That's going to leave a mark. But I like the way the kid plays. And, you look at this Detroit Red Wings defense, and, Moritz Seider, obviously one of the top 5 defensemen, I think, in the entire NHL. Edvinsson is turning into a player himself. And he's got that length. He's got the long body, the long stick. He's a good one.
Red Wings attack down the left wing into the Hawk zone. Louis Crevier smashes one of the Wings in the far corner with a body check. And that's Emmett Finney, who was very impressive in Wings training camp. Now at the left point, Sherratt fires. That deflects over the Hawk net around the glass. Alex Vlasic with the puck in behind. Being bothered, but pokes it away on the near side to Mikheyev. Quick pass to big Louis Crevier, center ice. Put it in over the wing line. Teravainen tried to return it to Crevier, who was headed toward the Red Wing net. He didn't see the pass, and it slides in on Gibson, the goalkeeper, and he gloves it to the ice and holds it for the whistle. Face-off circle to his left.
Right idea by Louis Crevier, and I like to see him getting involved offensively, even though he missed the return pass there from, I believe that was Teravainen. He dropped it off to the side. He drove the middle lane, and if he just looked down, he would have seen that puck in his skates. The other thing I like the Blackhawks, now they're down 2-0. You want to get the bench into it. You want to get the crowd into it. They've been getting on the body with the Colton Dock hit. We saw Crevier with a hit a little later on. I think Dickinson had a big hit too. So be physical on this Detroit team.
Here's Oliver Moore, high slot, the green left circle, shoots. It looked like it hit the shoulder of Gibson and went wide. Moore recovers the puck along the right wing boards, can't keep it in the wing zone, and now does with a second effort. Lardis along the right side boards. He put it down behind the net. And Ryan Green ran one of the Wings off the puck there. Here's Lardis firing from the right point, and a glove save is made by John Gibson. He'll hold on to it there. Nick Lardis taking a long look after that shot. We mentioned it, 71 goals in junior. And people think, well, that's junior. You get to the NHL, that's not going to happen. Well, they said that about Alex DeBrincat. They also said it about your former teammate in New York with the Islanders, Mike Bossy.
Yeah, and there's just a knack to scoring like that. And with Alex DeBrincat, everyone thought, he played with Connor McDavid, and that's why it's 63 goals his last year junior. And Nick Lardis has proved himself because he has carried that success over to the AHL, a professional level played amongst men. So he can do it at a lot of different levels.
13 goals and 13 assists so far with Rockford, playing in his NHL debut here tonight. Here's Seider from the right point. Hawk zone, fires one toward the net, and it deflects an on goal, turned out of there by Soderblom. Doc with a lead pass. Dominic Toninato in his Blackhawks debut. Down the left wing into the Detroit zone. Let go a shot from the circle, and that's into the glove of the goaltender Gibson. And then after the whistle, Toninato pushing and shoving with big Moritz Seider, and the boys all gather in the corner. How you doing? Happy holidays. I'm sure that's the tone of the conversation.
Yeah, Moritz Seider, I like the way he plays. He's a physical guy. Toninato doing what he's supposed to do, shoot the puck, go to the net, and I don't think Moritz Seider liked that, so he decided to give him a bump well after the whistle. He just wants to keep players away from his netminder. And speaking of the netminder, John Gibson, he struggled early with the Detroit Red Wings. Yeah. In fact, in his debut against the Montreal Canadiens at home in Detroit, gave up 5 goals on 13 shots. But lately, he's been a lot better. 4-1-1 in his last 6 starts, a .910 save percentage, and a couple of games ago against the Vancouver Canucks, pitched a 39-save shutout. So it looks like John Gibson has found his form again.
Yeah, 4 in a row for sure. Against the Blackhawks, however, the Blackhawks were able to put 4 past him in that 4-1 win in Detroit. We'll see how this one ends up. Levshunov from the right point. Detroit zone fires a shot, blocked by the Cat. Alex DeBrincat the center ice. Hands it ahead, Rasmussen over the Hawk line. Now to Kane cutting through the high slot. He'll get some room and fire, and that goes wide of the net on a deflection. Now here's Edvinsson along the right board. Turn the puck over between the circles. Tyler Bertuzzi there. Passing it Andre Burakovsky in over the Red Wing blue line along the left wing boards. Looking for an option there. Burakovsky banks it back to the point to Grizzly, who tried to make a pass across the rink. This is picked off by Kane. He's back in over the Hawk line, turning away at the right point to get himself some room. Kane now through the high slot, let it rip off the blocker of Soderblom, and here are the Hawks the other way. Bertuzzi now at center ice takes a pass from Burakovsky and dumps the puck wide of the Red Wing net. Gibson plays it into the far corner. And then it's shot ahead toward the Red Wing blue line. A nice sweeping poke check there by Bertuzzi to Mikheyev. To Vlasic left point. Let a shot go, blocked by Finney. And then Finney is able to nudge the puck over the blue line to center ice, forcing the Hawks to regroup as Vlasic fires it back down the boards in behind the Red Wing net. Then Sherratt has it there. Sherratt moving out, passing it on the right wing side. Sandin Pellikka of the Wings. He didn't clear the center ice red stripe before dumping it down, but the Wings got to the puck first anyway. Now it's taken away by Mikheyev. Quick pass up the right side. Teravainen center ice became interlocked with Larkin there, lost the puck. But Crevier took it back to Vlasic. To Mikheyev over the wing line on the left wing side. Leaving it there for Teravainen out near the point. Vlasic now takes the puck. Spins it down to the left wing corner. Mikheyev rubbed off the puck there by Sandin Pellikka. Puck taken away. Sherratt clears to the line, no further. Murphy fires for the right point. Caught in front by Mikheyev, who tried to redirect the shot but could not. Now the play back at center ice, and Mikheyev's got it just outside the Red Wing blue line. Right in front of the penalty boxes. Mikheyev kicking the puck to the wing line, but no further. Lucas Raymond took it away for Detroit. He'll send it down to the inboards Hawk zone. Rasmussen with a pass up the slot, picked off by Oliver Moore. He'll dart back through center and over the Red Wing blue line. Tried to hand the puck off to Ryan Green in the Red Wing zone, but the Wings get it back. And in the near corner, Sandin Pellikka avoids a check. Moore took the puck away to Green, left wing corner. Attempted a centering pass. It hit a skate. James Van Riemsdyk takes the puck to center ice, but turns it over to Oliver Moore. He steps into the Red Wing zone at the right point, sends it down behind the net. Around it goes into the near corner. Sandin Pellikka hands it off in front of his net to Johansson. He'll clear down ice into the Hawk zone. And now there to get it, Artem Levshinov passing up the left wing side, picked off by Soderblom of the Wings. Put it into the Hawk zone. And Marco Kasper tried to pass it across. This is taken away now by Danielson. He'll retreat back into the Red Wing zone as we're going to get a penalty here to the Hawks.
Yeah, Oliver Moore, unfortunate. He just took his arm out, and the stick got stepped on by a Detroit Red Wings player. He went down, and he will go to the box.
Kane passing it ahead down the left side boards into the Hawk end. Picked off by Levshinov, and the whistle blows. Have a Red Wing power play when we return with 7:36 left in period number one, and the Wings leading 2-0. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, it's Spencer Knight. You're locked in for Blackhawks hockey on WGN Radio.
Finding health insurance can be so confusing. People need help. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
And we're here to help. With thousands of brokers certified by the state and hundreds of trained insurance guides, what we call navigators, available in communities across Illinois.
All free.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, just because the Blackhawks are on the road doesn't mean you have to watch at home. Join us in Elgin on Tuesday, December 16th at Chicago Street Poorhouse on East Chicago Street for another official Blackhawks watch party presented by Bud Light. Come enjoy music, beverages, and more as the Blackhawks take on the Toronto Maple Leafs at 6 p.m. Must be 21 plus with a Valley ID to enter.
Wings on a power play, their first of the game. Here's Moritz Seider from the high slot firing a shot, and Soderblom got down in the butterfly position and knocked it wide. Wings 9th on the road on the power play in the NHL. Patrick Kane in the left wing corner, Hawks zone. To Raymond along the left boards. To Seider at the line. Back to Raymond, who enters the left circle. Put it beside the net. DeBrincat hands it over to Kane in the right circle. He fires. Turned out of there. A scramble in the crease. The puck poked out of there by Murphy to the near corner. And then misplayed up the boards by Kane over the stick of Seider. And down ice into the Red Wing end.
Boy, what a great setup that was by the Detroit Red Wings. And whenever Patrick Kane can get the puck through the box, he's going to have a good look. And he did. Great save there by Soderblom.
Now Raymond out near the left point. Drops it down to Seider, who put the puck in behind the Hawk net. Larkin hands it off to Kane, who centers the puck, picked off by big Louis Crevier. He's got a shorthander in the last Hawks home game. He'll lead the rush into the wing zone shorthanded and down the left sideboards in behind the net. And then he skates around to the right point, held it in with a nice penalty-killing effort. He'll fire it down in front of the wing net, get off on a change.
That's a real good job by the big man. Moritz Seider gets the puck there, and he's going to obviously outlet it. They're going to be in attack with the man advantage. Instead, Crevier upsets the play and ends up dumping it back into their own zone.
Here's Emmett Finney to the Hawk blue line. Whips it down the left wing boards in behind the net. Puck comes free and picked up in the near corner by Dickinson, and he'll clear it down. Wings have surrendered 4 shorthanded goals this season. Now 33 seconds left on the Detroit power play. Carrying out is Axel Sandin Pellikka to center ice. Drops it off in the Wings attack. Down the left wing, Van Riemsdyk Hawk zone to Sandin Pellikka left point. To the top of the right wing circle, Kopp to Danielson along the right boards. Now to the top of the left circle, a shot by Finney hit the post. Murphy skewers the rebound away, and Teravainen will clear to center ice. Sandin Pellikka of the Red Wings lifts it back into the Hawk zone. Vlasic's got it in the near corner. To Nazar center ice. He'll rag the puck and slap it back into the Hawk zone as the Hawks have come back to full strength. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. So 1-for-1 are the penalty killers of the Hawks. The Wings come out of their end. Comfort to center ice. Put it in over the Hawk line. Edvinsson along the left board. Sent a pass rink wide. Picked off by the Hawks. Oliver Moore. Moore now to left Shinoff. Back to Moore. Left wing of center ice. And he'll backhand it along the boards into the Red Wing zone. Seider then clears to center ice. Marco Kasper's got the puck for Detroit. Down the left wing Hawk zone and fires. Blocker save made by Soderblom, and the puck tumbles up into the protective netting and out of play. It's still the Wings 2 and the Hawks no score. Hawks got to do something about that with 5:06 left in period number 1 here at the United Center. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter. Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
How many people can say they've had part of their spine removed? Well, me for one. I'm Jeff. And though it sounds impossible, that's what my team at Northwestern Medicine did. I had a rare spinal bone cancer, which brought my neuro-oncologist and neurosurgeon together to create the treatment plan that saved my life.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Jeff's team took on and treated his 1 in a million condition. They removed a large section of his spine and the tumor in one piece because spilling just one cell would risk spreading cancer throughout his body. They then rebuilt his spine with a metal frame.
I was in surgery for 14 hours, but that's nothing compared to all the time I've gotten back.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
It's Alex Vlasic. Catch every Blackhawks game on WGN Radio. Back to Blackhawks hockey.
We'll give the gift of Blackhawks hockey this holiday season with our Centennial 2-pack ticket deal. Whether you're treating yourself or looking for the ultimate gift, our 2-pack offer lets you pick 2 select January games starting at only $100. This deal is only offered for a limited time. Please visit blackhawks.com/holidays for all the details.
Nazar will face off, circle to the right of Soderblom against Andrew Kopp. Kopp played his college hockey at the University of Michigan, as did Dylan Larkin, the Wings captain, as did Nazar, who faces off with him. Wings get control. Sandin Pellikka right point. put the puck into the right wing corner to Kane. He's chased up the boards by Levshunov. Turned the puck over, however. Nazar's got it to Dock at center ice on the left wing. He'll lift the puck down to the corner in the wing zone. Sandin Pellikka to get it. Rammed into the glass by Colton Dock. Puck comes free in the corner. And Dock gets 2 for his money by checking Kopp now in the corner. And they continue to scrum for the puck. Ryan Donato works it free. Colton Dock in the left wing corner. Penalty coming up. And I believe this is going to be the Hawks as Grzelcyk touches the puck. The whistle blows. So the Wings back to the power play. Tripping will be the call. 4:30 left in period number 2. The Wings in control with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Colton Dock, the guilty party.
Number 34, 2 minutes for tripping.
There's the call. And you don't like to take those 200 feet away from your own net in the offensive zone. Colton Dock does, and they're forced to kill one. And keep in mind, the Detroit Red Wings had a couple really good looks on that last power play, and most notably their first shot. A nice move by Alex DeBrincat, kind of taking it from his backhand to the front of the net and spotting Patrick Kane, who was wide open for the one-timer. Patrick Kane, not only the goal and an assist, he's had a couple of other really good looks in this hockey game.
Face off to the right of Soderblom. Ryan Green wins it to the corner to Murphy. Pokes the puck behind the net to Vlasic, and then it rolls off his stick. But Larkin is chased out to center ice with the puck. Net by Teuvo Teravainen. Patrick Kane with the puck down in the wing zone between the circles. Will carry it out to center ice. Whips it on the left wing. Larkin in over the hot blue line. To Raymond along the left wing boards to the corner. Back to Sider left point. Walks it through the high slot. Sent it over off the left corner boards. Ends up behind the net. DeBrincat slaps it into the right wing corner to Kane. Tried to center the puck. Murphy lays down in front of the pass. Took it away. Put it between the circles. Ryan Green there for the Hawks. Then clears it off the left boards and down.
Good aggressive forecheck there. Make that penalty kill by the Chicago Blackhawks. Connor Murphy especially on his toes. And as he fell, he just swiped at that puck and got it to a teammate who got it down the ice.
Kane gave it to DeBrincat over the hawk line down the left wing. Put it in the high slot. Larkin fires, and Wyatt Kaiser stepped in front of that. Wings get it back. Sider turns it over at the line. Dickinson, a sweeping pass ahead. Mikheyev shorthanded over the wing line. He fires, and he didn't get all of that shot. It slides in on Gibson kind of harmlessly, and Gibson knocks it wide with the stick. I know Mikheyev wants that shot back.
Oh, God. I don't even think the puck rolled on him either. Maybe he just took his eyes off the puck at the last second, and as you mentioned, John, did not get it cleanly.
Here's Sandin Pellikka skating with the puck out of the wing zone up the right wing side. Drops it to Nate Danielson over the hot blue line, right wing side. He sends it at the point. Kopp down to Danielson, to Sandin Pellikka, right point. Leaving it for Nate Danielson. Down to Kopp along the right wing boards. He sent it across in front of the Hawk crease, and it slapped through the crease and wide by Dylan Larkin. Actually, now James Van Riemsdyk in the near corner. Pokes the puck behind the Hawk net. Teravainen to it. Backhands it ahead to center ice. Nazar caught it over his head. Drops it to a stick. Carries into the Red Wing zone along the right boards. Stopping, he makes a pass across the rink. This is picked off by the Wings. Finney to the Hawk blue line where he turned over the puck to Matt Grzelcyk. He clears to center ice. And another effective job of penalty killing done by the Hawks as they're at full strength. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. In behind the Hawk net, Grzelcyk runs his man off the puck. That's Casper. Hawks clear their end. Here's Mikheyev taking a pass over the wing blue line, firing a shot from the high slot that deflects up into the protective netting. Shots are 10-8 in favor of the Detroit Red Wings, who also lead the hockey game 2-0 with 2:10 left in period one.
One thing about Detroit Red Wings hockey teams, especially with Todd McCullough behind the bench, you know they're going to defend very well in their own zone. They always overload whatever side the puck is on, and it just seems like you've got to create a turnover, whether it's on a forecheck and they're coming out and they're out of position, because boy, if they get set in their stance, their defensive posture, it is really tough to try and get anything going unless you can pass it through those five guys. You make that cross ice pass to the far defenseman, you might have a good look.
Now Green wins the draw. Burakovsky fed the right point. Artyom Levshunov. He'll snap the puck down behind the Red Wing net, rolls up the near side. And Edvinsson stabs it out to the line. Taken away by the Wings. Now down the right side, Comfort to the Hawk net. Oh, and a good play by Grzelcyk with a stick to pull it off of Comfort's stick at the last second. That could have been a penalty, but none was assessed.
Yeah, very close, but good speed by Grzelcyk because Comfort can move, and he just got his stick on his stick right at the last second.
Here's Green dropping the puck at center ice, but it's taken away by the Red Wings. Rasmussen, who was drafted here at the United Center. He enters the Hawk zone near the right point. Filters it down behind the net, but around it goes to Levshunov. He'll pass up the right wing. Bertuzzi, front of the benches at center ice, who sticks the puck into the Red Wing zone, and Ben Sherratt will gather it in. Head to Kopp, Hawk blue line. Shot it across into the Hawk zone to the left wing corner. Vlasic got there in front of DeBrincat. Pokes it away to Lardis, who put the puck between the circles. Vlasic. Then a pass up the left wing. Oliver Moore, Hawk blue line. Tried to go rink wide with a pass. That hit Kane's skate. Puck tumbles back to Vlasic, who shot it across the rink and down behind the Red Wing net. Oh, now Nazar finishes his check on Sherratt. Takes the puck away left point. Tried to send it down toward the Red Wing net. Johansson collects it and carries in behind and up the left wing side. He'll unload the puck to the Hawk blue line. Louis Crevier back to take it there. We're under a minute to play in the first. 2-0 Wings. Lardis into the wing zone left point. Drops it off to Oliver Moore along the left boards. Hit by Sider as he put the puck down in behind the Red Wing net. Edvinson clears it up the near side, but Kaiser got in the front in front of Raymond and took the puck away. To Moore into the Red Wing zone. To Nazar, he pokes it to the left wing corner, but Edvinson took it there for the Wings. 20 seconds left in the period. Sider holding the puck behind the Red Wing net, passing up the middle of the ice off Larkin's stick. But Finney's got it back over to Edvinson along the left boards. There's to center ice. Teravainen took it back, drops it off, but is taken away by Sider. He had it poke checked off his stick at the Hawk blue line. And then Raymond will take the puck back to center ice, clear down into the Red Wing zone. Edvinson's got it as the horn sounds, ending play in period number 1. So despite 8 shots on goal, the Hawks could not put one past the goaltender John Gibson of the Red Wings. Wings outshot the Blackhawks 10-8. Goals by 2 former Hawks. Alex DeBrincat, 55 seconds into the contest. And Patrick Kane, the former Hawk great, at 4:35, and the Red Wings have a 2-0 lead at intermission.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks, I think, have to look at themselves because there was a breakdown on coverage on the DeBrincat goal. Frank Nazar, I think it was between him and Burakovsky. It was a situation where both guys were back, and it was I got him, you got him, nobody's got him. That's how DeBrincat scores. And then, Patrick Kane, unfortunately, a turnover by Connor Murphy, and it was a tough play because he just fielded a high flip. And as a defenseman, I can tell you that's tough because as soon as you put it down, you're worried that somebody's going to be in your back pocket, and that's exactly what happened. DeBrincat picked his pocket off to the races, a 2-on-1, and Patrick Kane ends up scoring the second goal.
Steve, the last face-off of the period, by the way, was the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off. For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons. And the Wings leading 2-0. In fairness, the Hawks losing Connor Bedard before a big game like this tonight, I think that threw him out of kilter a little bit. And there are a lot of moving parts to the lineup. I mean, obviously, as a professional, you got to be ready to play at a moment's notice. But this is a situation I don't think this young Blackhawks team is accustomed to. One of the guys making his debut for the Blackhawks here tonight is our guest, Dominic Toninato. Dominic from Duluth, Minnesota. He went to the University of Minnesota at Duluth. Dominic, glad to have you along. I'm John Weideman along with Steve Conroy for Blackhawks Radio. And did you ever think that when you made your Blackhawks debut, you'd be joining them on such a night?
Yeah, no, this is awesome. Honestly, truly honored to be wearing this jersey right now and representing the Blackhawks logo and everything it stands for, and all the guys that played and represented it beforehand.
Well, that's great to hear, Dominic. Now, you're down 2-0. What's got to be the mindset the rest of this hockey game? Plenty of hockey to go, but how do you try and chip away at that lead for Detroit?
Yeah, for sure. Just got to stick with it here. Play our game, play hard, get in on the forecheck hard, make them turn over pucks, and just start putting more pucks to the net.
Dominic, the answer you just gave, does that define your style of play?
Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple. Try and bring that energy. Like I said, play good D-zone, get pucks in, and get pucks to the net.
Hey, Dominic, I don't know if you're aware or not, but John Marks, an old coach of yours at the USHL, is here tonight. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I haven't seen Marksy in forever.
Is that right? Well, he's here. Maybe he'll try and drop down to the dressing room afterwards, though. But he wanted to make
that'd
sure.
Be awesome.
Yeah, he said hi. What can you remember from his coaching style?
Oh, I love Marksy. That was an awesome year. Out of Fargo, we made a heck of a run. All thanks to him.
No, he was part of the Colorado Avalanche, the Florida Panthers, and the Winnipeg Jets, and now he's a Chicago Blackhawk, and you're welcome here, Dominic. Thanks for taking time with us here in the intermission. Go get him in the second, bud.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it very much. Dominic Toninato, our guest after one period of play. The Red Wings 2 and the Hawks no score. Charlie Remiliotis. You remember that guy? He's going to be along here in just a moment with a full intermission report. And then second period action will follow along. Hawks and Wings, same as it ever was, only the Wings have a 2-0 lead after one. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Right now, hockey fans across the city are struggling to fill the fridge. That's why the Salvation Army is here to assist those in need all season long. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing unprecedented demand in their communities, the communities they've served for decades, with more people walking through the doors in search of emergency support. Your support this year is more important than ever. Go to the John Williams Kettle at WGNradio.com. Let's help make a difference today.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. For Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
As a hardworking union member, you earn significant financial benefits. And as you approach retirement, you need a trusted partner. I'm Ron Whittingham from Megan Financial. Megan's approach is unique in our craft. We provide financial planning solutions exclusively designed for the hardworking men and women of organized labor. We'll help you understand all of your pension benefits, and we will efficiently allocate your retirement funds. Visit us at megent.com, MEGENT.com. Happy holidays from all of us at Megan Financial.
Securities and advisory services offered through Cetera Advisors, LLC, member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
Time for a break. It's intermission time. That's a wrap. Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your intermission update.
20 minutes is in the books here at the United Center. Centennial celebration night here between the Blackhawks and Red Wings. And it's Detroit that have taken a 2-0 lead going into the first intermission. Goals by Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane for the Red Wings. Ever heard of those guys? I know. I haven't either. The Blackhawks had 8 shots on goal in that first period. Detroit had 10. So we'll see what the second period brings. Time now to check out the odds according to Circa Sports Illinois. For the second straight game, there was a goal scored within the first minute or the first 5 minutes of the hockey game, which is something you can bet on at Circa Sports Illinois. And if you did, it was at plus 200 that ended up hitting. Every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will get an $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. A very busy NHL schedule today. Let's start with some final scores from earlier. The New Jersey Devils defeated the Anaheim Ducks 4-1. It was only 22 shots on goal for New Jersey, but they ended up scoring 4 in that game. The Minnesota Wild defeated the Ottawa Senators at home 3-2. Quinn Hughes did not play in this game because it was too tight of a turnaround. It was an early afternoon game for the Minnesota Wild. It sounds like Quinn Hughes is expected to make his debut tomorrow for Minnesota, so that should be a must-watch television. Over in Pittsburgh, the San Jose Sharks rallied from a 5-1 deficit in the third period to beat the Penguins 6-5 in overtime. John Klingberg scored the overtime winner for San Jose. A heartbreaking loss for the Pittsburgh Penguins, up by 4 goals in the third period and let it get away. And then we had a shootout victory for the New York Islanders earlier today against the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-2, despite being outshot 34-17 in the game. Let's get to some scores that are currently going on. The Oilers are up 3-2 in Toronto. Third period is about to start. Connor McDavid has 2 goals for the Oilers, and one of them was a thing of beauty. Go check out the highlight on social media Just top speed for Connor McDavid is just absolutely elite. The Canadians and Rangers are knotted up at 4-4 in the second intermission. The Hurricanes and Flyers also tied 2-2 in the third. The Vegas Golden Knights and Blue Jackets are also tied 1-1. That start of the third period just happened. And then the Winnipeg Jets are up 4-0 on the Washington Capitals in the second intermission over in Winnipeg. And then two more late games today. Oh, I forgot about the Panthers and Stars. That's a 0-0 score in the first intermission. Two late games tonight. The Colorado Avalanche are hosting the Nashville Predators, and the LA Kings are hosting the Calgary Flames. That's at a 9 o'clock puck drop. And then last thing, Elliot Friedman on Hockey Night in Canada just reported that Team Canada will unveil their Olympic roster on New Year's Eve. So that's the official deadline for Team Canada and when they're going to announce their roster of who they're sending to Milan over in February. And so we'll see if Connor Bedard is part of that. I know he's out of the lineup and we're not sure how long he is going to be out for, but we know he's been in the conversation and he was playing his way onto the team prior to the injury. So we'll see how that impacts things as Team Canada gets ready to name their roster in a couple weeks. Meanwhile, here at the United Center on Centennial Celebration Night for the Madhouse chapter, the Blackhawks are down 2-0 to the Detroit Red Wings. We will take a quick break and break down that first period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Happen OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yuengling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yuengling brings both. Flight by Yuengling, next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
We all want to stay on top of your game, your job, on top of your housework and homework. And after all you've been through lately, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is here to help you stay on top of your health. But for all of us to stay on top, we have to stop cancer from spreading, stop the increased cases of diabetes, put a stop to hypertension and mental illness in our communities, and get our children vaccinated to stop the spread of other diseases. Blue Cross wants to cover you in care so you can take back the overall health of you and your loved ones. From preventive cancer screenings to proper control of diabetes, high blood pressure, and behavioral health management, to prenatal care and child immunizations, Blue Cross and Blue Shield is by your side, reminding you now more than ever, preventive care is imperative care. Find out all the ways you can stay on top of your health at bcbsil.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai's award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and electric vehicles puts your safety first with available class-exclusive features like digital key and remote, smart parking assist, plus America's best warranty. See your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer or visit HyundaiUSA.com today. Back here at the United Center, Charlie Roumeliotis, the Blackhawks down 2-0 to the Detroit Red Wings through one period of play. And Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane put on a pretty good show for the Red Wings in that first period. Both scoring, DeBrincat 55 seconds into the game, and then Kane later on near the end of that first period with 15:25 left. Kane now is 2 goals away from 500 in his NHL career. And a lot of those goals have come here on the United Center ice. So very fitting that he already has a multi-point effort. He also assisted on the Alex DeBrincat goal. And then, of course, DeBrincat set Kane up for the 2-on-1. So you have 2 points for Kane and DeBrincat in this game with a goal and an assist. And Patrick Kane also had 6 shot attempts in that first period. 4 of them hit the net. So he leads all players with 4 shots on goal. Detroit has 10 as a team. So Kane has 4 of the 10 for the Red Wings. And we've seen it a lot when Patrick Kane was here in Chicago. When he gets an early one on the board, it feels like he just has an extra pep in his step the rest of the game. And so I would not be surprised if Kane is thinking about getting 500 in this building tonight, which would obviously be a hat-trick goal for him. But thought he actually had an opportunity to get a second goal on the power play there, but the Blackhawks were able to kill that off. And speaking of the power play, or the Hawks didn't have a power play in that first period, but Detroit did on the second opportunity. Ilya Mikheyev had a breakaway opportunity, but unfortunately he couldn't get a shot off because he fanned on it. And I think he was really upset with himself going back to the bench. And so we'll see if he can carry some momentum of that penalty kill over into the second period. And then last thing, Nick Lardis making his NHL debut in this game. I thought his line with Oliver Moore, Ryan Green were really noticeable in that first period. Lardis did not look timid at all. Great skater. I think he even laid a hit at one of the Red Wings earlier on. I don't know if he got credited with one. Yeah, he did. He's got 2 shot attempts. And so I really liked what I saw from Lardis in that first period as well. And it's kind of funny because the Moore, Green, and Lardis line is probably a line that we thought we were going to see in Rockford this season. Moore and Lardis were together at the beginning of the season. Green was supposed to start the year in Rockford, but then a Landon Slaggert injury in the final preseason game for the Blackhawks allowed him to get called up to the NHL, and Green has not seen Rockford since. And so I wonder if it's a very young line that the Blackhawks have put out there with Moore, Green, and Lardis, but I did not think they looked out of place together in that first period. All right, we got some more Blackhawks hockey coming up next on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or united.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks. Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. KCT Credit Union, now a division of Consumers Credit Union. Visit kctcu.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Before and after every Bears game, tune into Happen OB right here on 720 WGN.
It's go time.
Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, official truck partner of the Chicago Bears.
Up next, the second period. Here's Charlie Roumeliotis with your recap.
Blackhawks and Red Wings are on the ice for the start of the second period. It was the Red Wings getting the first goal 55 seconds into the game thanks to former Blackhawk Alex DeBrincat, and it was Patrick Kane following that up with his 6th goal of the year.
Sandin Pellikka back of the wing net. He's chased out by the Hawks' Frank Nazar up the left wing side. Sandin Pellikka lifts it to the Hawk blue line. DeBrincat took it away from Murphy into the Hawk zone, gave it to Kane. He shoots, he scores! Patrick Kane with a backhander from the right wing side of the slot. And this beats Arvid Soderblom under the glove. It's now 2-0 Detroit.
And Kane is now 2 goals away from 500, and I imagine he's going to be hungry to get both of those here on the United Center ice. And I think the Hawks are going to try to prevent him from doing so. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com as I throw it back over to John, who has called 1 million Patrick Kane goals in his career here with the Blackhawks.
Well, not 1 million.
Close.
Maybe 100,000.
Maybe 100,000.
Yeah, no.
Feels like it.
I had the good fortune of being able to talk about Patrick Kane a little bit as he was a Blackhawk. Right now he's a Red Wing, and he's doing a great job for Detroit. You got to give credit where credit is due. Underway here in the second period. Hawks on the attack. Nazar leads the rush through center ice. Gave the puck to Burakovsky over the Red Wing line. Firing from the slot. Edvinsson hit one knee to block that away. Kane took the puck to Sider to Edvinsson. Now back in behind the Red Wing net.
Edvinsson with another big block. And I don't know how many he was credited with in that first period. They gave him 1. Well, they gave him 2. So he has 3 now on the game.
Now he slings a pass to center ice, picked off by Andre Burakovsky. The Hawks, he's back into the wing zone down the left wing side. Shot the puck across the rink, but picked off by the Wings. Here's Kane into the Hawk zone, left wing. To break into the left wing circle. He plays it back to the point for Sherrod. He was backing up to center ice and strokes the puck into the right wing corner in the Hawk end. Hawks will get it back on a delayed offside situation. Then Grzelcyk now will send the puck along the boards to the Red Wing blue line, taken away by Raymond of Detroit. Lifts it down to the near corner Hawk end. Levshunov clearing to center ice, front of the penalty boxes. Ilya Mikheyev's able to poke check it down ice into the Red Wing zone. Hawks in completion of a line change right now. Here's Sherratt from the left wing boards, Red Wing zone with a pass up ice. Raymond in over the Hawk blue line, stopping along the left boards. Gave it to Larkin. Races down behind the net, put it around to the right point. Sandin Pellikka backs up and fires a shot, and that was blocked in front by Levshunov. Hawks now misplay the puck in their end of the ice. Wings get the puck. Raymond from the high slot firing, and that hit Larkin on the way by. Larkin gathering in the puck along the right wing boards. Spun it across to the left wing corner. Raymond put it back to the point, and Johansson fires. That deflects wide of the Hawk net. Here's Vlasic banking a pass off the left wing boards and down. We're going to get icing here to the Hawks. Hawks are trying to get to a line change and could not.
Yeah, so now they're stuck out there, and you've got some fresh Detroit Red Wing players on the ice. And the problem is they had a couple of opportunities to come out of their own zone. And Jason Dickinson turned one over. And then that last pass by Artie Levshunov, not exactly where Vlasic wanted it, and as a result, he had to ice the puck. So let's see if they can get through the rest of this shift with a fresh change.
JT Compher facing off, circle to the left of Soderblom. That with Jason Dickinson. Dickinson wins the draw to Vlasic. He clears to center ice, and the puck is fired back down into the Hawk zone by Sandin Pellikka. In the far corner, Vlasic chipping it up the left wing boards to Colton Dock. He'll clear to center ice and down into the Red Wing zone. Red Wings get it back. Jacob Bernard Docker passing on the left wing side, Hawk blue line. Rasmussen deflects it down behind the Hawk net. Soderblom driving it around the left wing side off of Dominic Toninato's stick, and all the way down it goes, and icing again called against the Hawks here.
Well, at least the 3 forwards were able to change. Now, the 2 guys who didn't change were Levshunov and Vlasic. So those 2 guys, they've been out there for a little bit now, and I'm going to say almost 90 seconds. So real important that they get the puck deep into Detroit zone without an icing, and that those 2 guys, number 72 and number 55, get off the ice.
Patrick Kane sitting on goal number 498 for his great career. Wings get the puck off the draw. Edvinsson moves it over to the right point. Sider to Kane beside the right wing circle. He's played a few pucks from there. Sent it across to the left wing corner. Edvinsson picks it up for Detroit. Slings it back across the rink. Kane's got it now right point. Sent it out. Looked like it was over the blue line. And Edvinsson got it in his paw. Put it in front of the net. Here's a shot from Kane. Turned out of there by Soderblom. Kane at the left point now, dishing to DeBrincat along the left half boards. He'll carry through the high slot, over to the top of the right wing circle, loads up a shot and fires, and that deflects up into the protective netting, and that will allow the Hawks a much-needed line change here.
Yeah, they need to get, well, especially the defensemen have to get off, and they're dragging even getting off the ice. And you look at Patrick Kane and the success he's had throughout his NHL career, 645 points now on United Center ice. He has 1,366 total points. And I guess just about a little under half of those right here at the United Center.
Draw a circle to Soderblom's left. This is controlled by the Hawks. Wyatt Kaiser grabbing the puck. He'll nudge it up the left wing to Moore at center ice. Tried to hand it off to Lardis coming by, broken up by the wings, and then Moore with a hustling play took it away, but had it snapped off his stick in front of the Hawks bench. That by Sandine Pellica of the Red Wings, and this puck ends up in the Hawk bench. They'll face it off just outside the Red Wing blue line.
John really enjoyed our conversation with the newest Blackhawk, Dominic Toninato. Well, not the newest. I guess Nick Lardis, technically the newest Chicago Blackhawk, his first ever NHL game. But Dominic talked about the forecheck, and that's something the Blackhawks have to establish. They have not been able to bottle Detroit up in their own zone so far.
You certainly want a guy that's going to bring his lunch pail to a game, Steve. I mean, I love the hard-working effort of these guys, especially guys that takes a lot of pride in that, and Toninato does. Into the Red Wing zone. Ryan Green at the right point. Sends the puck down the boards behind the net. Dominic Moore checked off the puck. Then the puck cleared away by Danielson to the Hawk zone. Here's Elmer Soderblom into the right wing circle. Hawk in. The brother of Arvid tried to center the puck, picked off by Murphy. Murphy put it away to the near boards, picked off by the Wings. Along the near boards, Raymond had a stick knocked away with the puck. And then in the left wing corner, Finney of the Wings scrapes it behind the Hawk net around to Sider along the right boards. Flips it in behind the net to Finney. To Edvinsson, now the left wing corner. Put it behind the net. Raymond there. One too many passes. Picked off by Connor Murphy. Clears it off of a stanchion on the glass, and this takes an erratic hop across the rink. Wyatt Kaiser's got it in front of the Hawks bench and clears it down the boards in behind the Red Wing net. The Hawks will get a line change.
Yeah, crazy hop that came right into the middle of the ice. Fortunately, no Detroit Red Wing player in the area, and it was the Blackhawks who were able to jump on it.
Sider to center ice with the puck on the right wing side. Front of the benches, unloads the puck down the boards behind the Hawk net into the near corner. Crevier put a hit there on Finney. Pins Finney against the boards in the corner. Vlasic reaching in for the puck. He's checked by Van Riemsdyk of the Red Wings. And then Vlasic is able to force it free and get some room behind the net. Vlasic will step out up the left wing side to center ice, front of the benches. Kept on going over the Red Wing blue line, then runs into a check, but put it to the left wing corner. Burakovsky to Vlasic left point. Unloads a shot. Oh. Turn away. Rebound, a shot by Bertuzzi is just wide. Bertuzzi got it back in the left wing circle and fires. That was blocked. Red Wings get it back and then give it back. Crevier pinching from the right point to the corner. Keeps the play alive there. Here's Crevier being leaned on. Forces the puck free. And now Burakovsky does likewise to Nazar. He'll poke it behind the Red Wing net, but the Wings get it back. Finney outlets to center ice for Comfort. He lost at the Crevier Hawk line to Nazar over the wing line. Hands it off. Oh, now Ryan Donato is submarine beside the wing net and goes down, and the penalty's going to be called here to the Red Wings. This is an opportunity for the Blackhawks to take the momentum back in this hockey game on the Citgo power play.
Had a bit of momentum on this last couple of shifts. Tyler Bertuzzi, a wide open net.
25, 2 minutes for tripping.
Bernard Docker with the tripping call, and Ryan Donato paid the price. As you mentioned, got submarine on the play. Remember, the Blackhawks did not have a power play against the St. Louis Blues, so this is their first power play in about 4, maybe 5 periods of play.
Yeah, I think you're about right. No, the penalty is at 5:34 of period number 2.
Tyler Bertuzzi is going to be just livid with himself. He's staring at a partially open net and a tough angle. That's a really good stick. I believe that was Comfort coming back, and it was. JT Comfort just prevented that puck from going into the empty cage. It should have been a goal for Bertuzzi, and it is denied by Comfort.
This is a Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving. This next face-off is in the circle to the left of Cam Talbot. John Gibson. It is the Four Seasons. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric face-off. For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
A little bit extra time here. John Gibson went to the player's bench to have one of the trainers look at his skate and possibly a strap on his pad. Yeah. Looks like everything's okay, and he's back in the crease.
Dylan Larkin for the Wings facing off against the Hawks' Ryan Green, who's now been tossed off the dot. So Colton Dock will try his luck against the veteran Larkin. The drop of the puck. Dock wins the draw. To the right point, Grizzly. Moves it top of the left circle, Teravainen. Back to Grizzly. To the right circle, Ryan Donato. To Grizzly, to Donato, top of the right circle, to Grizzly, high slot. The Teravainen left wing circle. He'll close into the corner, fed it in front, backs out to Donato, fires from the top of the right circle. That goes wide off a deflection. Grizzly held it into the point, over to Donato. He drives one from the top of the right circle wide. Grizzlick again to Donato, top of the right circle, back to Grizzlick, high slot. To Teravainen beside the left wing circle, then in the corner. Now Teravainen advancing toward the front of the net, lost the puck as he tried to pass it, taken back by the wings, but then a check in behind the Red Wing net by Doc forces the puck free. Rasmussen tried to clear, held in by the Hawks. Donato, top of the right circle, to the high slot, Grizzlick firing a shot, deflects wide. Donato got it back, 108 on the power play. Grizzlick, deep slot now. To Donato, top of the right wing circle. Put it in the right wing corner, Doc, back to Donato. High slot, Grizzlick, over to Donato. One-timer, look out. That was a screaming eagle that got high and hit the glass and ricocheted around and ended up in the protected netting.
Well, here's the problem, John. Ryan Donato had 3 attempts of shots. All 3 went wide, 2 wide post and 1 over the crossbar. And Matt Grizzlick had a shot from the point that went wide. So far, the Blackhawks on this power play, a minute 4 in, they've had control of the puck. They've had 4 shot attempts, but they have not had a shot on net. So sometimes you have to take just a little off the puck to make sure you're getting it on the goalie. It's the second and third opportunities you're going to score with.
Nick Lardis out there for the Hawks. He sees his first NHL power play time. Play in the right wing corner wing zone. Nazar put it back to the right point to Levshunov. To Burakovsky, left point. To Levshunov just inside the blue line in the deep slot. Down to the high slot, Burakovsky. Put it over in the right circle, and Lardis fires a shot that deflects off a wing stick and up into the protective netting. Boy, you could see the open net on his side of the rink.
That's the look you wanted. And it was a pass through the box. And Edmondson again. Now, that's his 5th block. He's had 2 off the shin pad in this period. He had 2 in the first period. And that one right off the shaft of the stick. We talked about his size. He's a big man, and he's got that long stick. And Lardis was looking at a partially open cage, thought he might have had his first NHL goal, denied by Edmondson.
I think he's got that feeling like a quarterback would after he throws an interception. I want that ball back. And if you're Nick Lardis, I want that shot again. Now between the circles, Hawks zone, Burakovsky picks up a loose puck and carries to center ice to the Red Wing blue line, flips it across into the wing zone, but Larkin picks it off, and he'll clear down to the Hawk blue line. Levshunov there, 15 seconds on the power play. Levshunov, a lead pass, Burakovsky into the wing zone, left wing side. Tried to scrape it down to the corner. This is picked off by the wings, and a penalty is going to be called here to Burakovsky as he trips Marco Kasper, who was escaping out of the Red Wing zone shorthanded.
Tough shift for Burakovsky. Turned it over a couple of times just inside the blue line and ends up taking a penalty. Here's the call.
Chicago number 28, minor penalty, tripping.
Tripping is the call, so we'll see 4-on-4 hockey just for 4 seconds, and then it'll be the Detroit Red Wings back to the power play. That's an area you miss. Connor Bedard, obviously, is making the blue line on the power play, and the second unit had a real tough time making the blue line. Burakovsky, after the turnover, ended up extending his stick, tripping a Detroit Red Wing player, and as a result, he'll serve 2 minutes.
And the face-off comes back in the Hawk zone. This will be in the circle to Soderblom's right. Larkin on the draw against the Hawks, Jason Dickinson. Hawks need to get some momentum going here. I think they tried on that power play, but I think Lardis' shot was possibly the best opportunity they had. Wings control off the draw and come to full strength. Sider in the right wing circle. Turning around with the puck, carrying back through the high slot, then over to the top of the left circle, then to the left wing half boards. Spun it behind the net. Larkin tried to drive it around to the right point man, but there was no right point man, and the puck tumbles all the way down into the Red Wing zone. And now Dickinson hustling in on Gibson, forcing him to make a quick pass. But Gibson was able to get it safely to Sider. Sider passing on the left wing to Kane. He's at center ice over the logo. Gave it to DeBrincat. Put it in over the Hawk line. Raymond down the right wing side of the corner. Back pass to the right point, Sider. Put it down to Kane, right wing corner. Send it back, high slot, Sider. Now to Raymond, top of the left wing circle. There's Lucas Raymond to the bottom of the circle. Sent it in front, deflected just wide by DeBrincat, and he had an open side of the net. Didn't miss by much. Then Sider had the puck bounce off his stick blade back to center ice, forcing the Wings to regroup off a pass from Kane. Raymond takes the puck into the Hawk zone, drops at left point. Dylan Larkin now to the top of the right circle. And the puck is passed by Sandin Pellikka down to the corner to Kane. Back to Axel Sandin Pellikka through the high slot. Back to Kane, right corner. Put it to the slot for DeBrincat. He got away a shot, but it was deflected through the air and gloved out of the air by Arvid Soderblom in the Hawk crease. 46 seconds remain on the Wing power play. The score is Detroit 2 and the Hawks no score.
A good puck movement by the power play for Detroit. You know, they move it around the perimeter, and then Kane just slides it to the middle, to that bumper position where Alex DeBrincat was, and he got a shot. Didn't get the shot he wanted. I think it was deflected right at the time of point of release. And Arvid Soderblom, relatively easy stop for him. It was Arvid Soderblom who saw these Detroit Red Wings in Detroit.
Yeah.
Ended up stopping 45 of 46 shots in that hockey game.
Face-off circle to his left. Dickinson facing off for the Hawks. Wins it to Kaiser. Crevier back in the net. He'll wind up and blast it around the boards and down. I don't think anybody's going to get in front of that one. It goes all the way down behind the wing net. Stopped by Gibson. For Axel Sandin Pellikka, he carries to center ice and drops the puck at the Red Wing blue line to Danielson. Head to Finney over the Hawk blue line on the left wing. Into the corner, Van Riemsdyk. Around it goes to Sandin Pellikka at the line to Finney. The Sandin Pellikka long wrist shot from the line was blocked in front. Taken back by Danielson. Fires from the right circle in front. This deflects through to the near corner. Teuvo Teravainen calmly collects the puck and clears it diagonally across the rink off the left wing boards and down. 5 seconds left on the wing power play. They've got time for one rush. Now down to 3. They're going to run out of time. Sandin Pellikka to the Hawk blue line. Steps across. Should have been an interference call. None made. He gains the Hawk zone. Hawks have come to full strength and now have the puck. Nazar leads a 3-on-3 rush to center ice and over the Red Wing blue line. Nazar, the Detroit native, outnumbered by a couple of wings, lost the puck at the line. JT Compher the other way. Over the Hawk line down the left wing, firing a shot, and a blocker save made by Soderblom. Then Nazar collects the puck, and now he leads a 3-on-2 rush over the wing line. Drops it off at the right point, intended for Burakovsky, but a wing stick broke that up. And now here's Elmer Soderblom with the puck into the Hawk zone down the left wing side. Matt Grzelcyk stepped into in there, took the puck away. Passes up the right side, Andre Burakovsky. The outlets to center ice, Ilya Mikheyev. And Nazar front of the penalty boxes. Turn the puck over, however, to Soderblom. And he'll clear it down in behind the Hawk net. His brother Arvid handles for the Hawks.
Kind of a tough shift for Frank Nazar. Turned it over just inside the blue line a couple of times, and that's killer because everyone's thinking offense. The other team gets the puck, and you're kind of out of position defensively. Fortunately, nothing happened for Detroit.
Here's the Cat, Alex DeBrincat, left wing to the Hawk blue line where he fell on the Hawk player's stick. That could have been called as a penalty, none given. The Wings now take it back in their end. Andrew Kopp to the Hawk blue line. Flips it along the left boards in the Hawk zone. DeBrincat claims the puck. Tried to clear it across. Now it banks over to Murphy. Murphy from the Hawk line on the right wing will flip it through the air and down into the Red Wing zone. And Moritz Seider back to take it in the near corner. 9:01 left in period number 2. It's the Wings 2 and the Hawks no score. Seider passing up the left wing for Patrick Kane. This rolls off his stick. His teammate, former teammate Connor Murphy. Poke checks it back into the Red Wing zone. The Wings clear their end. Edmondson to center ice on the left wing side. Drops it across the rink to the right wing corner Hawk zone. The Hawks get the puck. Here's Murphy poking it up the right wing to Colton Dock at center ice. Tried to hand it off to a teammate. Picked off by Sherratt. He sent it to the Hawk blue line. Taken back by Ryan Donato. Back to Connor Murphy, Hawk zone, to Dominic Toninato at the Hawk blue line where he made a pass ahead to the Red Wing blue line. The play becomes chaotic. Wings get the puck back, then give it back. Here's Colton Dock into the Red Wing zone, left wing side, tees it up, fires. Gibson down with a butterfly save. Rebound comes loose, but taken away by Raymond. He'll skate it up the right wing to center ice in front of the benches and drop the puck down to the inboards Hawk zone. And the Wings make a line change.
Good idea by Colton Dock, though. Just take the shot. And John Gibson, a shot blocker. A lot of times there are going to be rebounds. There was that time, but fortunately for him, it went to one of his own teammates.
Johansson clears into the Hawk zone. Look out. The long reach of Vlasic factors in here to break up that play. Then Van Riemsdyk from the left wing circle. Sent one in front of the Hawk net, hoping for a deflection. Instead, the puck ends up in the wing zone. Teravainen's got it to Mikheyev, high slot, firing a shot. And Johansson turned his skate sideways to block it in the slot area. Puck taken back by the Wings. Rasmussen at center ice on the left wing. Flips the puck into the Hawk zone a few feet. Vlasic gloves it, drops it to his stick. Over to Teravainen, and he put it across to Crevier, right wing of center ice. Head to Dickinson. He's checked right in front of the penalty timekeeper bench. Puck comes free. Nate Danielson into the Hawk zone to the right wing circle. Had a stick lifted off the puck, and the Hawks take it back. Then Mikheyev makes a pass across the rink, picked off by the Wings. Edmondson down the left wing side, fires a hard shot in on goal. And that shook up Arvid Soderblom, who shakes off his headgear. Hopefully we'll get a whistle here. Finally, one blows. All right, 6:58 left in the second here at the United Center. It's still 2-0 Detroit. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The holidays are a perfect time to pop the question. At Rogers & Hollins, you'll find intentional, unforgettable engagement rings or design your own through their custom studio. With an industry-leading return policy, in-house financing, and more, Rogers & Hollins has been the engagement expert for 115 years. And with their big holiday sale on now, it's the perfect time to say, this is the one. Explore at fornowandforever.com.
Rogers and Holland, for now and forever.
December isn't just the holiday season, it's one of the most exciting times to wager. With the NFL playoff race heating up and college bowl season underway, there's never been a better moment to jump into the action with Circa Sports Illinois. Circa delivers high limits, low holds, and unmatched customer service, built for people who want to win big. From NBA and NHL action to college bowls and the NFL playoff push, Circa Sports has you covered. Don't wait. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app today at circasports.com.
Celebrate the holidays at Pederino's Italian Restaurant in the heart of Chicago. The Pasticceria's famous peppermint hot chocolate is back with boozy editions available at their now open sidewalk bar. New Pasticceria holiday hours, Friday and Saturday till 9, Sunday through Thursday till 8. Holiday gift cards are also available. Spend $100 and receive an additional $25 gift card good at any Good Plate Hospitality location. Stop into the Pasticceria for all your holiday baked goods and visit Pederino's.
Hey, it's Jeremy Roenick here. I think it's time we heard more horn. Back to the boys.
Thanks, JR. Hey, Blackhawks fans. Family packs are back, rolling into 2026, presented by Marathon. Make sure to kick off the new year with the entire family at the United Center when the Dallas Stars come to town on January 1st. Each ticket includes a hot dog, a popcorn bucket, and a soft drink. Make sure you grab yours today by visiting blackhawks.com/offers. Sounds like a good deal. Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Real nice moment here at the United Center as you return to the airwaves. Everybody's standing, Hawks fans and Red Wing fans included, to honor the men and women in our military for their courageous and dedicated service to our country, keeping us free so that we can enjoy hockey games and talk about them too. How about it, Steve?
Yeah, that's right.
Draw one by the Hawks. Evshinov passing up the right side. Ryan Donato to the wing blue line, tried to step across with the puck, picked off by Edvinsson. We've been saying his name a lot here tonight because, let's just face it, he's very involved for the Red Wings. Yeah. Now has the puck in the circle to the left of Gibson, over to Sider. To DeBrincat at center ice. He'll stroke it down the boards in behind the Hawk net. Caught by Colton Dock in the far corner. To Matt Grzelcyk back in the net. Hands it off to Colton Dock, and he'll escape up the left wing side. To Levshinov, center ice, back to Dock. Cuts in over the wing line on the left wing and fires a shot that goes wide. Donato claims the rebound, but had it stripped away by Alex DeBrincat to the wings. DeBrincat to the Hawk blue line, tried to drop the puck off for a teammate, and it would have been offside. Tumbles into the Hawk zone anyway. DeBrincat takes the puck and decides to fire it off the glass behind the net.
That was fortunate for the Blackhawks. That could have been a 4-on-3, and instead the Red Wings had a tough time just outside the blue line, so danger averted.
Sandin Pellikka, wing zone to Sherratt between the circles. Hands it out at center ice, Finney. To Axel Sandin Pellikka into the Hawk zone down the right wing side. Flips it around to Dylan Larkin along the left boards. Now to Finney in the right wing corner. To the line, right point, Sandin Pellikka. He'll carry through the high slot to the left point. Chased there by Oliver Moore. Unloads a shot, stopped in front. Backhand shot. They score. Raymond got away the first shot. Soderblom made the save with the butterfly, but the puck came free to Finney, and he fires it home, giving the Red Wings a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, Finney, who had such a hot start for this Detroit Red Wing team, had gone cold, but he's back hot again, and it just pays the price in front of the net. And unfortunately, Nick Lardis couldn't find that puck. It ended up going between his legs right to Finney. If he maybe takes the man first and doesn't worry about the puck, Finney doesn't score that goal. But instead, the rebound ends up on the youngster's stick. He puts it in behind Arvid Soderblom, who really didn't have much of a chance on the play. And 3-0 to score for Detroit.
Finney from Raymond. The goal at 14:23 of period number 2. So a steeper valley for the Hawks to climb out of here. As we get back to the play, Sandin Pellikka from the Red Wing zone fired a pass across the rink. It ends up down in the Hawk zone. Soderblom plays it away, and now Nazar with a pass up the right wing. Burakovsky at center ice to Tyler Bertuzzi at the Red Wing blue line. He'll stick the puck down to the inboards. Then Sherratt there, being hit by Burakovsky. Put the puck away to Comfort. Comfer from the right wing side. Scoops it ahead for Van Riemsdyk, who sent it all the way down. They're going to wave the icing as Rasmussen was able to, in the view of the linesman here, beat Murphy to the dots in the Hawk end, but the Hawks take it back anyway. Bertuzzi leads the charts to center ice. Gave it an Azar over the wing line down the left wing. He drops his shoulder and cuts to the net and fires. That's turned out of there. And now the puck taken by Burakovsky. High slot, backing up. He'll fire. Just missed the net. Round it goes to Grzelcyk, left point. Now down to the left wing circle. Levshinov tried to pump it on goal. That was blocked. Comfer will clear it down ice into the Hawk zone, enabling a wing line change. Grzelcyk sent ahead. The puck to the Red Wing blue line. This deflects into the Detroit zone. Nate Danielson's got it there. Danielson played his junior hockey, Steve, for the Brandon Wheat Kings for 5 seasons. Not many guys play 5 seasons as junior.
Oh, that means he started as a 15-year-old, so wow, pretty talented youngster.
There are the Wings on the attack. Johansson dropping the puck down the left wing boards and in behind the Hawk net. Grzelcyk's got it there. Passing up the left wing, Teravainen to Dickinson through center ice over the Red Wing blue line. Launches a shot from the left circle. That's into the glove of John Gibson. He'll hold on for the whistle. 3:58 left in period number 2. It's now the Red Wings 3 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, it's Frank Nazar. Stay tuned. More Blackhawks hockey coming up.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful Blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
They're local, they're mobile, and they're changing the way Chicagoland shops for floors. The design associates at Floor Coverings International make shopping easy, bringing the store to you with a mobile flooring showroom packed with over 3,000 flooring options. Carpet, luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, laminate, and tile. Book now to enjoy beautiful new floors before the holidays and take advantage of 0% financing. Terms and conditions may apply. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at floorcoveringsinternational.com. And with over 500 5-star reviews, they're Chicagoland's stars of flooring.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yingling. Crisp, refreshing, and only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer.
Now, while you were away during the break, they ran a video of highlights of Jeremy Roenick, and then they showed him in the building along with all the other Blackhawk, former Blackhawk greats, the alumni that were honored here tonight, all wearing those cool red coats. I'd love to get one of those red coats.
I got one of those, at the beginning of the year. That was actually the game against Montreal. And the Blackhawks have done a fantastic job with their centennial celebration, and it doesn't end tonight, all year long.
Here's Sider with a long shot from the right point. Hawk zone, stopped by Soderblom with a scrambling butterfly save, and he'll cover with the glove and hold on. Face-off circle to his left.
Sorry, John. I mentioned Emmett Finney had struggled of late, and here's a kid who was a 7th-rounder, surprised to make this team at the beginning of the year for the Detroit Red Wings. He had 4 goals in his first 9 games, but then he hit a bit of a slump. Right now, that was just his 2nd goal in the last 13 contests, but you can see why they're high on him. I mean, he's still a youngster. He gets to play with Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond, but he's willing to hang around in front of the net. And you watch the majority of his goals, that's exactly where they're scored from, like 10, 15 feet out from that blue paint.
Kind of a poor man's version of Tyler Bertuzzi, I guess, right?
Exactly. A younger Tyler Bertuzzi.
Yeah. Patrick Kane collects a loose puck back in the Red Wing zone, passes across on the right wing at center ice now to Sider. He sends it to the hot blue line, picked off by Dickinson. He'll race back into the Red Wing zone down the right wing, stopping and then firing. And once again, Edvinsson, this time he turns his foot sideways to block that shot. Put it over to Sider in the corner. He'll lift it through the air down to the Hawk end. Murphy makes the quick clear off the glass. And the puck will slide down into the Detroit zone. Hawks trying to complete a line change. Edvinson with the puck beside his net. Passing up the left wing, Dylan Larkin. He'll gain center ice over the logo, then carries in over the Hawk blue line. We're going to get a whistle for interference against the Wings. Emmett Finney, I believe, is the guilty party. He is a little unsure as to why the call. We'll tell you about it after the break. Hawks go to the Citgo power play when we return with 2:56 left in the second. 3-0 Detroit. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Marquette Bank has been helping neighborhoods thrive in Chicago for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you matter. After 80 years, we've learned that helping people like you make smarter financial decisions helps our neighborhoods grow and thrive. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Tired of losing power when it storms? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. How about your sump pump, your fridge, or your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling? You can stay comfortable and safe in your home all year long. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois and Northwest Indiana.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
For more than 90 years, the International Union of Operating Engineers Local 150 has worked hard to provide a better life and safer workplaces for the men and women who work in the construction industry across the Midwest. Our 23,000 members operate heavy construction equipment, and Local 150 takes pride in providing world-class skill training to support a professional construction workforce. Learn more about how to join Local 150 at local150.org. And never forget, united we stand, divided we fall.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Connor Bedard. Game on. Time for Blackhawks hockey.
Thanks, Connor. Well, Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. And Who's Hot? How about the Minnesota Wild? 14-3-2 since beginning of November. That's the second best record in the NHL. They just picked up maybe the second best defenseman in the NHL, Quinn Hughes, in a blockbuster trade last night. And who's not? Well, the Winnipeg Jets are struggling right now, 3-8-1 over the last 12 games. That's all without Connor Hellebuck, but he is supposed to be back, possibly playing tonight. He was supposed to be gone for 4 to 6 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks, so welcome back, Connor Hellebuck.
By the way, Quinn Hughes' mom, Ellen Weinberg, was a heck of a skater when she played college hockey. I think that's possibly where Quinn gets his wheels, because, she could fly. Hawks control off the draw. Citgo power play here as Burakovsky at the top of the left circle tried to fire the puck across to the right wing corner. This deflects off of a broken and discarded stick and up and out of play. This is a Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving.
The Rasmussen there getting a stick on it also. And guy that I think the Detroit Red Wings had high hopes for him. He's got all the tools to be a great player. He's a big body. He can skate for a big man. He's been noticeable in this hockey game. I don't think he has any points yet, but he's a prospect that I think they're really glad they didn't give up on.
Nazar facing off with Kopp. The drop of the puck to the left of the wing net, controlled by the Wings. Kopp will now muscle it down to the Hawk blue line after taking a check from Levshunov. Burakovsky there to Levshunov. Now it's center ice on the right wing side. Strokes it down the boards in behind the wing net. Around it goes up the far side of the rink. Looked like Bertuzzi got tied up and went down. No penalty call. Here's a shot from Lardis for the right circle. That's into the glove of Gibson, who'll hold on. Well, you see Lardis, Steve. He's got the stick cocked back and like preheating the oven there. And you just knew that if the puck is anywhere in his wheelhouse, he's going to get away a great shot. And he sure did.
Well, and that's his game. And it doesn't have to be in a sweet spot. It can be anywhere in his body, and he's going to let it rip. And that time he did let it rip. It was in his wheelhouse, but John Gibson has done a real good job reading this game. There was no screen in front of him. It was easy to track that puck and made it look easy to stop off Lardis.
Face-off circle to Gibson's left. And this was won by Larkin, who trips Bertuzzi at the face-off dot. No penalty is called. And now Sider pounds the puck around the boards and down. Levshunov gathering it in behind the net. He'll skate out to center ice backwards and then drops the puck back in the Hawks zone to Burakovsky. Put it over to Nazar, right wing over the Red Wing blue line. to Lardis near the right point. Lost the puck. Larkin's going to break away shorthanded over the Hawk line. Down the slot. Dixon shoots. Soderblom down with a butterfly save. And then Larkin gathers in his own rebound along the far boards, clearing back into the Red Wing zone to Sider. And now here are the Wings on the attack again. Again, it's Larkin down the left wing side. He fires. Shoulder save made by Soderblom. Who's got the power play here, guys? There's Teravainen.
Remember that save that Arvid Soderblom made on Larkin last game in Detroit? Maybe the save of the year. At that time, a real nice stop off of the one-on-one breakaway.
Now along the right wing boards in the Red Wing zone. Teravainen to Lardis there. Put it high slot to Doc. Over to Grzelcyk. Back to Doc, top of the right wing circle now. To Lardis in the right wing corner. To the high slot, Grzelcyk. Back to Lardis. Snaps one in front of the net. It goes through to the left point. Held in by Teravainen. To the right point, Grzelcyk with 7 on the power play. To Lardis from the right circle. Snaps it in front again. Deflects through to the half boards. And Teravainen tried to center the puck. The Wings come to full strength. Larkin picks off the pass. Moves it ahead for Finney at the Hawk blue line on the left wing side, but it rolled off his stick, and Matt Grzelcyk will take the puck away in the Hawk zone. 45 seconds left of the period. 3-0 Detroit. And now DeBrincat intercepts an outlet pass. Took it into the Hawk zone, hands it off, and then put it in front for Raymond. That's stroked on goal. Turned out of there by Soderblom. Raymond with the puck along the right side boards. Took it back to the point. Hands it off now to Marco Kasper along the right side boards. He sent it back to Albert Johansson. He'll walk it over to the top of the left circle. Leave it for Raymond there. Raymond to the high slot. Fires. Gloved out of the air there by Soderblom. Loose puck in front. And finally, it's kicked ahead by Green to his stick. He clears to center ice. 9 seconds left in period number 2. It's been all Red Wings here tonight. DeBrincat enters the Hawk zone with 3 seconds. Fires from the top of the left circle. That's into the skate of Vlasic. And the horn sounds mercifully, ending period number 2. So the Wings have also outshot the Blackhawks here 19-14. They'll take a comfortable 3-0 lead into the dressing rooms after 40 minutes.
Well, you don't want to make mistakes, but boy, you really notice the absence of Connor Bedard, especially on the power plays. Blackhawks having a tough time just making the blue line with the man advantage. But the other thing that Connor does in a 5-on-5 situation, he elevates everyone's play. He just seems to make whoever he plays with that much better, and that's kind of the spark they're missing tonight. They're not out of this game. They're down 3-0. No. They got to get the next goal, though. They score the next goal. They get the fans into it. I think they can get right back into this hockey game.
Hawks have only had 2 Sitco power plays. We're not able to score on either one. And John Gibson, to his credit, who gave up 4 to the Blackhawks in Detroit the last time these two teams saw one another, he stopped all 14 Blackhawks shots. That's maybe in some nights that's a period of work, but the Wings have done a great job of limiting opportunities for the Blackhawks, and Edvinsson comes to mind for me every time I think about that.
Yeah.
All those blocked shots.
Well, they have. The team has blocked a lot of shots. Edvinsson himself, after 40 minutes, I'm pretty sure he has blocked 6, maybe 7 shots. So, yeah, John Gibson, he's looked solid, and that's the way he plays. He's a shot blocker, nothing spectacular. Unfortunately, the Blackhawks, and I wrote it down in my notes as I watched a couple of the power plays, they're just misfiring. They're shooting wide, and you cannot afford to shoot wide on a power play.
Right.
9 times out of 10, it just kills the play. Get it on net. Hey, listen, if the goalie stops it, chances are you can get to it. You've got the extra man. You can get the second and third opportunities. And in today's NHL, that's when you score. It's off the rebound. It's not off the original shot.
I mentioned Simon Edvinsson. He has blocked 5 of the Red Wings' 13 block shots here tonight. I mean, he's a one-man shot blocking machine. So.
He's been very noticeable. Moritz Seider does what Moritz Seider does, lugs the puck. He passes the puck out of danger. And that's the other thing. The Blackhawks have not been able to sustain any type of a forecheck on Detroit. It's been easy outs all night long for the winged wheel.
One area the Blackhawks have had the advantage on the Red Wings here tonight is in face-off, Steve. They're 19 for 32, but that hasn't translated into the scoring chances that they can produce through that.
No, but you want to keep that up because you never know when one of those face-off wins in the offensive zone will lead to a really good chance. And, I've said it before, but I think it bears worth repeating. It's one of the few times in hockey that you can set up a set play. So you win the face-off, maybe run a subtle bit of interference. You find somebody open, whether it's on the point, whether it's in the high slot, and then maybe you really get a good look. So, That's a minor win for the Blackhawks, the faceoff dot, but you want to keep that up for this third period.
All right, 2 periods in the books, as we mentioned. 3-0 Detroit. Charlie Romeliotis is going to be along here after the break with a full intermission report. And then third period action will follow along on a night where the building is packed with hockey fans. So far, it's going the Red Wings' way. I know the Wings fans are all pretty happy, but see if the Hawks can do something about that in this upcoming third period. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Officer, could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Chicago. I'm Frank Cerrone, President and CEO of Pan American Bank and Trust. If you're a business owner in the Chicagoland area, you already know average doesn't cut it. You need a bank partner who moves fast, understands your needs, and delivers the capital and ideas to power your next big play. That's exactly what we do. We're Chicago's premier bank for ambitious entrepreneurs. Don't just bank, partner with Pan American Bank. Let's build something great together. Pan American Bank, Chicago's bank for ambitious entrepreneurs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's Bob Surratt. If you follow hockey, you know how important protection is. Protecting the net, the lead, the win. Planning for retirement isn't much different. It's not one decision, it's many. Each one shapes the life you want, how to create reliable income, how much risk to take, when to step away from work, and how to safeguard what you've built. Handling all of that alone can feel like a full-time job. That's why I chose Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors work with you one-on-one to make the complex feel clear and build a plan that keeps your money working for what's ahead. Your strategy starts with a simple conversation. For a retirement plan you can trust, let Trajan Wealth guide you. Schedule your complimentary review at TrajanWealth.com or visit their offices in Naperville, Park Ridge, or Orland Park. Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built for what comes next.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
For breaking legal news on the hottest issues, tune into Legal Face Off on WGNradio.com, hosted by Rich Lenkoff and Tina Martini, and brought to you by McCorkle Litigation Services.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your intermission update.
40 minutes is in the books here at the United Center, and the Hawks are trailing the Red Wings 3-0. Still searching for that first goal of this game for Chicago. No Connor Bedard because of what we believe to be a right shoulder injury after he suffered that last night in St. Louis. And so the Hawks are struggling for offense without number 98. So they're going to have to mount a big third period comeback without their leading goal and point scorer for the rest of for the entire game, but for the going into the third period. Shots on goal were 10-6 in that second period in favor of Detroit. Let's get to some. Actually, first, let's do this. Let's do our tonight's Salute to a Veteran, sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, a proud veteran-owned business serving Chicagoland since 2007. That's JeffBuysYourHouse.com. It was U.S. Army, both of them from the U.S. Army, Alec Vonch and Jason Kwok were both honored here before the game on Centennial Celebration Night. So thank you both for your service here at the United Center. Okay, now let's get to some scores around the NHL. A few of them are starting to come final. So we'll start with the ones that happened earlier today. The Devils knocking off the Ducks 4-1. The Minnesota Wild defeating the Ottawa Senators 3-2. Without Quinn Hughes, though, Quinn Hughes is expected to make his Minnesota debut tomorrow. The Pittsburgh Penguins suffered a 6-5 overtime loss
to the San Jose Sharks after blowing a 5-1 lead in the third period. A really heartbreaking loss for the Penguins on home ice. The Tampa Bay Lightning fell to the New York Islanders 3-2 in a shootout. The Edmonton Oilers rolled past the Toronto Maple Leafs 6-3. Connor McDavid had 2 goals in the game. Same with Vasily Podkolzin for Edmonton in the victory. The Carolina Hurricanes defeated the Philadelphia Flyers 4-3 in a shootout. And the Vegas Golden Knights knocked off the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-2 in Columbus. Some other scores, the Canadiens and Rangers are knotted up at 4-4 right now. The overtime just started. The Florida Panthers are up 2-0 on the Dallas Stars. And the Colorado Avalanche are up 2-1 on the Nashville Predators. The late game is the LA Kings hosting the Calgary Flames. I think I just missed one. Yeah, the Winnipeg Jets game just went final. They defeated the Washington Capitals 5-1. And like you mentioned, you heard Steve Conrad say, Connor Hellebuck, he did return tonight for Winnipeg. They get back on the win column in a big way. He stopped 24 of 25 in the victory for the Jets. Also, Team Canada announced earlier today that they will be revealing their Team Canada Olympic rosters on New Year's Eve. So we are a couple weeks away from hearing what the final roster is going to be for Team Canada. Meanwhile, here at the UC, the Hawks are down 3-0 to the Red Wings. We'll take a quick break and break down the second period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Hampton OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. You know, I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DT Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
You've heard Tom Fortino, principal and founder of the Alpha Wealth Group, for years here on WGN. We invite you to join him Sunday mornings at 7 for the Alpha Wealth Hour. He'll be talking about what's going on in the financial world and the 5 pillars of a complete retirement plan. How to build guaranteed income, tax efficiency, a smart investment plan you can stick to, asset protection, and estate planning. That's Sunday mornings at 7 for the Alpha Wealth Hour with Tom Fortino here on AM 720 WGN.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Second intermission here at the United Center. The Blackhawks and Red Wings squaring off in their final matchup of the season between these two teams. The Blackhawks getting the better of Detroit in the first matchup, and Detroit trying to counter here at the United Center, taking a 3-0 lead into the third period. Time now to look at tonight's window of opportunity, sponsored by the state's official health insurance marketplace, Get Covered Illinois. Now's your opportunity to find health insurance that fits your budget at getcoveredillinois.gov. Open enrollment ends on January 15th. The Blackhawks have had a couple power plays in that second period. The first one, most notably, they threw out their first unit to start. By the way, the Blackhawks did not have a single power play in St. Louis last night, so this is the first power play that the Blackhawks have had in a couple of games now. And they threw out their second unit to start because a couple of the guys on the first unit had just taken a pretty extended shift. And I thought that second unit actually performed pretty well. They had 6 shot attempts total. None of them hit the net, though. 2 scoring chances, 1 high danger chance. But Ryan Donato had 4 of those 6 shot attempts on that first power play that the Blackhawks had. And then the second power play, Chicago, I did not like that one. Nick Lardis had an opportunity as well. Actually, I think the Nick Lardis opportunity came in the first one where his shot went off of Edvinson's stick. He kind of had a half open net to work with, and was looking at the replay, and that puck was heading directly to the net if that stick wasn't there. And then in the second power play, the Blackhawks gave up a couple of shorthanded chances to Dylan Larkin. One of them was on a breakaway with about 1:45-ish left in the period. So the Hawks dodged a bullet, allowing that shorthand opportunity. Arvid Soderblom shutting the door. But looking at some of the numbers right now, it's pretty even across the board as far as 5-on-5 numbers. 32-25, Blackhawks are leading in shot attempts. 16-12, though, Detroit is leading in shots on goal. Scoring chances are 13-13, so we're even there. And then the Red Wings are up 8-4 in high danger chances. So there's not much offense being generated by either team. The Blackhawks are obviously without Connor Bedard. That's a huge loss offensively for them. And so no surprise that they're struggling to find the score sheet without their primary playmaker, goal scorer. I don't even know what else you can say about Connor Bedard. He's been their MVP this season, a league MVP this season. And so they're really struggling to score, but let's see if they can put something together in this third period and claw back into the game. We got one more break, and then we're going to set up the third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots, or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone, and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyourreallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
This is the sound of Claire cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
They finally decided to tackle the garage. 3 hours later, they found a broken lawn chair and high school trophies no one remembers winning. Don't give up. Call Junk Luggers. They'll clear out the clutter, haul it away, and make sure usable items are donated or recycled whenever possible. In no time, that garage looks spacious. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today. Let's save your space and the planet together.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Charlie Roumeliotis with your recap.
Back here at the United Center, as you can hear the horn blaring as the Blackhawks and Red Wings hit the ice for the start of the third period. Nick Lardis is making his NHL debut tonight, and I've actually really liked his game so far for the 20-year-old rookie. Now, the NHL score sheet says he doesn't have a single shot on goal in this game, but that does not seem accurate to me. They're giving him 4 shot attempts, but 0 on goal. I feel like I've counted at least 2, probably even 3, and so we'll see if that gets updated. And then last thing, Patrick Kane was not on Detroit's bench in the final minutes of that second period, but I do see him out on the ice for the start of the third. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, whether it was an equipment issue, potential got nicked up, and maybe it was just kind of a precautionary thing, but he is on the ice for the start of the third period for Detroit. And so we'll see what he brings to the table here in the third period, as I'm sure he's trying to get 500 here at the United Center, where he has scored a lot of goals in his NHL career. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. As I throw it back over to John and Steve, the Blackhawks trying to rally from a 3-goal deficit, but they're going to do it without Connor Bedard, obviously.
Yeah.
So what are your keys for this third period for Chicago?
Well, I look at the score sheet. Ryan Donato, no shots on net. Tyler Bertuzzi, no shots on net. That can't happen. When you've got a guy like Connor Bedard out of the lineup, it's those veterans who need to lead the way. And Nick Lardis, I agree with you. I think he's been one of the better Chicago Blackhawks out there. But you need those veteran players to step up at a time like this. Let's see if Tyler Bertuzzi can do it against his old team.
By the way, Charlie, I think Kaner was in the Detroit dressing room watching the end of the latest episode of The Simpsons. So he knew he was going to get back out here in the third. Well, it starts with 1. Hawks trailing 3-0 to the Red Wings as we begin play here in period number 3 at the United Center. And again, a capacity crowd assembled here tonight to watch the Hawks and Red Wings play, and some great ceremonies pregame where the Blackhawks really honored the memory of the old Chicago Stadium. That's a barn that I know I loved, and I miss it. Here's Nazar breaking into the Red Wing zone, firing for the left circle, and the glove save made by Gibson, and he'll hold on.
Well, that's the kind of speed you need on this Detroit Red Wing team. Pick the puck up with speed, in motion, and Frank Nazar, great job on his offside to walk around that puck, get the shot off, a high riser, trying to go over the glove of John Gibson, who made it look easy. It's a big save 15 seconds into this third period.
Bertuzzi against Kopp on the draw. Bertuzzi wins it. Nazar had the puck momentarily, then had it stripped off of his stick by Sider, who spins the puck around to center ice. Matt Grzelcyk get the Hawk blue line now. Protecting it there, got it ahead Burakovsky. Over the Red Wing line, left wing side. Put it over to Bertuzzi along the right side boards. Back to the line, left shin off at the point. The Grzelcyk left point. Fires a shot from there, but it was blocked by Kopp to the corner. Sider put it in behind his net. Edvinsson sticks the puck up the middle of the ice down to the Hawk blue line. Matt Grzelcyk back to get it there. Trying to elude Andrew Kopp. Put it over to Leshinoff, who dodges a hit from Kopp. Now to Grzelcyk, Hawk line, to Nazar, Red Wing blue line. The Wings step up on him, and one of them got a stick on the puck, knocking it away to Big Louis Crevier. He takes a bump as he flips the puck down in behind the Red Wing net. Gibson put it away to Sandin Pellikka along the near boards. His outlet pass was picked off, sent down deep to the corner. Toninato finishing his check on Sandin Pellikka behind the Red Wing net, and the Wings get it back and come out of their end. Comper sticks it ahead at center ice. Van Riemsdyk over the Hawk line to the right circle. Made a back pass for Rasmussen. Then back to the right point, Sandin Pellikka. Over to Ben Sherratt, left point. A long shot from there. Blockered away by Arvid Soderblom. Colton Dach to center ice up the left wing. Crossing the Detroit blue line. He'll spin it down behind the net. And then Toninato finishing Sherratt back there. But Sherratt kept the puck away. Moving it up the left wing side into the Hawk zone. This is Emmett Finney. Finney then pushed off the puck there by Murphy. Comes free behind the net. And Ryan Donato's got it for the Hawks. He'll pass up the left wing, Teuvo Teravainen. To Jason Dickinson. Hustling down the left wing to the corner, Red Wing zone. Stopping there in the corner. Johansson all over him. And the puck put in behind the Red Wing net by Johansson. Larkin tried to clear it around and out. Teravainen took it back right boards to Murphy right point. Snaps one toward the Wings net, but Johansson, the Wings defenseman, picks it off. Passing up ice, Larkin into the Hawk zone to Raymond, high slot. Fires a shot block. Raymond on a second attempt from the slot. Fired, and Murphy went down to block it. The puck may have hit Murphy and gone wide. Kaiser back through center. Over the Red Wing line, left wing side. Turns and flings it into the corner. Puck comes free. Dickinson now along the boards. Had it stroked off his stick. Sider clears out to center ice. And Teravainen with a backhanded swipe, knocking the puck back into the Red Wing zone, putting the Hawks offside in the process. 3-0 Detroit.
You know, John, we've talked a lot about Simon Edvinsson, and yes, he's been noticeable out there. You mentioned the 5 block shots after 40 minutes of play. I've been impressed with all the defensemen, and obviously Moritz Seider, I still think one of the top 5, maybe 10 defensemen in the entire NHL. Johansson has been really noticeable tonight. Sandin Pellikka, another guy who maybe Blackhawk fans don't know about, but these guys have been rock solid, not giving up a lot in the way of chances for the Chicago Blackhawks.
You got to give a lot of credit to Steve Yzerman, your old teammate in Detroit, for patiently building this team and turning them into a contender. Right now, they occupy a playoff spot. It's in the first half of the season, and Second half coming up, but so far so good for the Wings. Now inside the wing zone, Lardis in the left circle takes a pass and fires it in front of the net. This goes wide. And puck cleared to center ice by Elmer Soderblom. To Nate Danielson. He's in over the Hawk line on the right wing side. And toe drags and fires a shot that Matt Grzelcyk deflects up into the protective netting.
Great article in The Athletic a couple of days ago. John, don't know if you had an opportunity to read it, by our own Scott Power and Max Boltman, his compatriot with the Detroit Red Wings. It was on the Soderblom brothers, Elmer and Arvid, and they've got a sister, Vera, who is a very good athlete also. She's 6 feet 3 inches tall. She plays volleyball at North Carolina Upstate, and they talked about the competition between the two boys growing up. Now, Arvid's 2 years older, but at one point in their youth, Elmer's 6'8". He became taller than Arvid. And Arvid, though, was always a goaltender, and Elmer was always a forward. And it's worked out for both brothers as they now play against each other in the NHL.
Hey, bro, remember when you used to give me noogies? Guess what? In front of the Hawk net, the puck knocked out of there by Murphy. Collected by the wing. Sandine Pellikka from the right point. Long shot. Butterfly save made by Soderblom. Now Donato took the puck in behind the net, chased out by DeBrincat, but put the puck over to Murphy. Makes a pass up the right wing. McCabe with a rink-wide pass to Doc. At center ice on the left wing side. He'll fling it down in behind the wing net. Gibson plays it back around up this same side to DeBrincat. Sent it ahead at center ice. Patrick Kane over the Hawk blue line. He'll snap one in for the high slot. And that's gloved off the ice there by Soderblom as Patrick Kane goes for a tumble over Alex Vlasic's stick. And then you've got Sandine Pellikka and Dominic Toninato involved in a little bit of a tay-to-tay, but looks like, Bernard Docker was the man involved with Toninato. The linesman have broken that up.
I think the first guy in there, though, might have been, and I'd like to watch a replay of this. It was Bernard Docker. They weren't happy with the Vlasic trip, and that was actually Rasmussen who came in right away. So no harm, no foul. I think Patrick Kane basically stepped on a stick, and he seems to be okay.
Kaner's all right. He's just going to the bench. Yeah, I fell. How many times in his career has he had to say that, right? Here now the Wings get the puck. Johansson dumping it down the boards in behind the Hawk net. Levshunov plays it into the far corner, but the Wings take it back. And then Levshunov put a shoulder into Rasmussen behind the Hawk net. Puck came out to the far circle, picked off by the Hawks. Frank Nazar. Nazar up the left wing to center ice. Held up on the wing blue line, but hands it off to Bertuzzi over the line. To Nazar, bottom of the right circle. Whips it in front over to the left wing boards. Grzelcyk put the puck into the high slot. Levshunov there, twisting back to the left point. Getting himself some room through the high slot to the right point. Trying to shake the check of Rasmussen, and does. And Archim Levshunov putting on his skating and puck handling exhibition. Hands it off in the high slot. Burakovsky over to Grzelcyk, who decides to shoot from the right point. And that shot deflects wide, banks out of the corner, and back down ice into the Hawk end.
I like the thought process there from Artie, though. Levshunov didn't really have an opportunity to shoot that puck, so he just kept doing the cutback. But then found himself with a bit of room, but he was on the backhand, so he couldn't really take the shot from 65 feet out. Nice shift there from the youngster.
I'll show you guys about what it takes to handle a puck in the NHL. Now Edvinsson at center ice, front of the bench, is dumping the puck to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Tracked down by Louis Crevier, put it around up the left wing. Dickinson, Hawk line, rink wide pass Mikheyev over the red wing line to the half boards. The Crevier bombs away from the right point. A pad save made by Gibson. Puck cleared to center ice by Raymond, taken back by Alex Vlasic. Snaps it back into the Hawk zone to Crevier. Quick pass on the right wing to Teravainen at the red wing blue line. He deflects it down to the right wing corner. Teravainen now takes the puck back to Mikheyev, back of the net. To Vlasic, left point, long shot from there. Hit Dickinson in front. Dickinson and Sider getting involved in a little bit of a shoving match. Now Dickinson finishing his check along the left boards on Larkin. And the wing captain clearing the puck down into the Hawk end. The teams are making line changes. Here's Moore taking a handoff from Vlasic to center ice. Drops it back to Vlasic, Hawk blue line. Back to Moore over the center ice circle. Whips the puck ahead to Ryan Green into the red wing zone, but we heard that whistle. This play is offside. 13:55 remains in the third here at the United Center. It's Detroit 3 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Imagine having your skull detached from your spine to save you from paralysis. When Phil came to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, his spine was digging into his brainstem. After feeling unsure about his first hospital, he sought out our team's expertise and drove 14 hours for our care. We developed a comprehensive plan to rebuild his spine and made him feel at ease every step of the way.
Nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Medicine is pioneering treatments for tough neurological conditions. During surgery, Phil's team detached his skull and removed the top of his spine. They then rebuilt his spine using rods and screws. This innovative procedure put him back on his feet in days instead of weeks.
As Phil's nurse, I'm proud to be part of the world-renowned team that's giving so many people a new lease on life.
Northwestern Medicine. What makes us better makes you better.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place. And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
Bob Surratt, weekday mornings at 6. Now let's get you back to the ice.
Thanks, Bob. All Blackhawks wins this season are sponsored by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. And if you're joining us late, Detroit holds a 3-0 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. Back in the first period, literally 45 seconds in, Alex DeBrincat scored a goal. Now that's his 13th goal in the last 16 games. Alex DeBrincat, who spent his first 5 years with the Chicago Blackhawks, had no goals in his first 8 games. So it has been a real nice run here for number 93, Alex DeBrincat.
On the video board here at the United Center, we get an appearance by Santa Claus. He's going to get busy here pretty soon. Here's Kane to a loose puck at center ice, crossing the Hawk line. Put it over to DeBrincat, top of the left circle, and he guns a shot that deflects up off the glass. In behind the Hawk net. Kaiser claims the puck. Passing up the left wing dump to Oliver Moore. Tried to spin it ahead. This deflects to Murphy between the circles. To Kaiser along the left boards. Back to Murphy. Head to Green over the Red Wing line. Left point. He'll flip it down the boards toward the corner, but Kopp intercepts. Clears to the line. Held in with a nice play by Kaiser, who was tripped. And a penalty is going to be called here to DeBrincat. He'll get the gate 2 for tripping. The Hawks are going to get another Citco power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citco. Download the app now to start saving.
Detroit, number 93, minor penalty, tripping.
Nice shimmy and shake by Wyatt Kaiser right at the blue line. He was going to get around Alex DeBrincat, maybe get a shot towards the net, at least have some time and space, and instead DeBrincat sticks the stick out, trips him. So Blackhawks, boy, might not be a better opportunity in this hockey game to try and get the power play, maybe not scoring a goal, but at least getting some shots.
Now this penalty at 6:48 of period number 3. Hawks control. Lourdes fires. Oh, did that go in and out of the net? It looked like it may have hit the inside of the net, ricocheted out. They're saying right now it hit the crossbar. Levshunov, meanwhile, goes down in a heap behind the Hawk net. Lost his edge, but spun the puck around, and the Hawks will attack. Here's Nazar to center ice. Nazar crossing the Red Wing line to Burakovsky, top of the left circle. To Bertuzzi to the high slot and over to Lourdes. A one-time shot from the right circle, stopped by Gibson. This time I guarantee you he'll get a shot on goal. In behind the Red Wing net, the puck taken out of there. And Johansson clears it up the near side and down.
Like the thought process, though, from the young Nick Lourdes. Sometimes you're overwhelmed in your first NHL game. He looks totally relaxed. He really has 4 hits in this hockey game, at least a couple of shots now, and he's willing to rip it, and that's a great sign.
Nazar tried to hand the puck off on the right wing side to Lourdes as he entered the Red Wing zone, but Andrew Kopp broke that up and sent the puck down into the Hawk end. Levshunov now carries out over the center ice circle. He ran out of options and now finally flings it off the right side boards down behind the Red Wing net. Edvinsson will backhand it around the near glass down to the Hawk blue line. Burakovsky claims the puck there. He'll carry through center over the Red Wing line. Drop pass high slot Nazar to Lourdes right point. Here's Nick Lourdes to the right wing half boards. Put it in behind the net. It was intended for Burakovsky, but the Detroit defenseman Edvinsson once again broke that up. Taken back by the Hawks at the line. Grzelcyk, long shot. Stopped in front by Sider, Grzelcyk got it back at the line to Burakovsky left circle. Back to Grzelcyk left point. Now to Burakovsky, top of the left wing circle again. To Nazar high slot with 14. To Burakovsky left wing corner. To Nazar over to Grzelcyk, a one-timer. And that deflects off of Edmondson in front and wide. Penalty time elapsing. Grzelcyk put it down, bottom of the right circle. Lardis tried to jam a shot on goal. That was blocked. And then Edmondson behind the Detroit net tried to clear the puck out. That hit Sider in the back and nearly deflected back into the Red Wing net. But Gibson plops on it and holds it. And we get a whistle stopping play. The Red Wings have come to full strength.
Now they're showing that shot by Lardis, and yeah, it just rang off the top crossbar. It actually moved the net, so that was coming with some velocity. Real good setup by the Blackhawks, and promising-looking power play, too. They still have, well, no, the power play is over, but they had some pretty good looks there. Unfortunately, just couldn't solve John Gibson.
Hawks 0 for 3 in the Citgo power play. Faceoff stays in the Red Wing zone, circle to Gibson's left. And that's going to be Danielson facing off with Ryan Green, who wins this faceoff, but the puck caroms out of the Red Wing zone and back down ice into the Hawk end. Wyatt Kaiser chasing it down. He had a goal last night in St. Louis. Kaiser put it over to Murphy, right wing at the Hawk blue line. He'll skate it ahead to center ice. Strokes it down the glass behind the net. Around it goes to Donato. Put it behind the net. And Oliver Moore walks out, tried to put the puck in front. It goes through. Now Oliver Moore got it back along the right boards. Sent it in front for Green. Had a little hard time handling the puck, but got it back. Kaiser from the line fires, and that deflects wide off of Donato's stick. Donato takes the puck back near the left point. Strokes it off the end boards behind the net. Banks out to Kaiser now in the right wing corner. He is hit there by Casper, and the puck cleared away by Sider to center ice and down into the Hawk zone. Back to get it now, Ryan Donato. 10:20 left in period number 3. The Hawks trail 3-0. Murphy between the circles now with the puck. They'll skate out, move it ahead. Toninato in over the Red Wing line on the fly down the right wing. Put it in front. Deflects through the left wing corner. Toninato got it back to Vlasic at the point. He'll fire, and a stick save made by Gibson. Toninato checking one of the wings in the near corner. That's Johansson. Wings take the puck back. Kopp gave it up the left wing side. And Bernard Docker sticks it down behind the Hawk net. Puck comes around to the near side. Toninato will leave it there for Vlasic. Over to Crevier. Hawk line right wing. Head to Lardis at the Red Wing line. To Doc into the Red Wing zone. He dropped the puck into the corner. And Johansson is hit by Lardis as he put the puck out to the point. Held in there for a moment, but then taken back by DeBrincat to the wings. DeBrincat into the Hawk zone, left point. Sent the puck across, picked off by Vlasic. He'll skate it to center ice with Patrick Kane in tow. Vlasic over the Red Wing blue line, down the left wing side to the corner. Sweeps it in behind the net, but nobody there. And now Rasmussen took it away, then take it back by the Hawks. Lefshin off of the right point. Tried to float it into the left wing corner. Sider broke that up. Clearing it ahead. Comfer sticks it down into the Hawk end, but Matt Grzelcyk back to get the puck. Over to Mikheyev, Hawk line, right wing. To Teravainen over the Red Wing line to Lefshin off high slot. Shot is in and out of the glove of Gibson. Puck cleared down ice by Van Riemsdyk to the Hawk blue line. Here's Lefshin off Hawk line, right wing side. Rick White pass there for Mikheyev. It's off his skating down behind the Red Wing net. Sider in the near corner. Clears it out to the line. Nice keep in there by Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk over to the right circle. Put it down on goal. Stick save made. Teravainen got it back. Over to Grzelcyk. Top of the right circle. Guns it in front. It deflects off of one of the wings. Again, Edmondson got his skate on that, knocking it away. And the wings come out of their end. Then Riemsdyk into the Hawk zone down the right wing side. Played his college hockey at the University of New Hampshire. He then loses the puck in the corner. Taken back by Finney. Put it out to the right point to Dylan Larkin. The Wings captain will cross through the high slot. Drop it at the left point to Sherratt. He snaps it down behind the Hawk net, but it goes around to the near side. Teravainen can't clear. And then Larkin plays it from center ice back into the Hawk zone on a delayed offside, but the Hawks retake possession. Pass from Lefshin off in front of the benches, picked off by Finney of the Wings to Raymond over the Hawk blue line along the left wing boards. Raymond now carries back to the high slot, whips it down toward the net. Taken by Larkin. He centers it up the slot. Picked off by Nazar, who clears to center ice. Burakovsky there, front of the benches. To Bertuzzi over the Red Wing blue line. Put it down to the right wing corner. It was intended for Burakovsky. He became entangled with one of the wings, and the puck tumbles in behind the net. Burakovsky got it back to Murphy, right point. Firing a shot, blocked. Murphy again will fire, this time from the high slot. Blocked in front. Bertuzzi on the rebound. Fired it just wide. Wings doing a very effective job around their net of lifting and tying up sticks so the Hawks can't get second and third chances.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they really keep people at the outside. And when you do get to the inside and you do happen to get a shot, you're absolutely right. They're big defensemen, whether it's Sherratt, Edmondson, Moritz Seider, they get a stick on you and they make it really tough for you to pull the trigger.
There's Kaiser at the left point wing zone. Put the puck to the left wing corner to Oliver Moore. Frees himself from Edmondson, fires the puck toward the net, blocked on the way through by Danielson, who put the puck up the right wing side at center ice. Soderblom hit there by Connor Murphy. Puck tumbles to the Hawk blue line. Now taken away by Lardis ahead to Moore over the red wing line to the right wing half boards. Moore moving with the puck to the line to Kaiser, closing into the left circle. Put it to Crevier, top of the right circle. He fires, and a blocker save made by Gibson. Puck tumbles around, and Seider will poke it out to center ice. Hawks get the puck back. Crevier put it ahead now to Donato. The Kaiser over the center ice circle. He avoids a couple of wing players and dumps it down the left wing boards and in behind the red wing net. Colton Dock got to the puck in the left wing corner now. Dock spins it back in behind around to Crevier along the right wing boards. Down to Toninato back in the net to Dock behind the net. Carries out, gave it a Crevier right point. Fires from there. That hit the stick of DeBrincat, goes wide. And now the puck caroms out of the far corner. And here's Kopp carrying it ahead into the Hawk zone. 3-on-2 to DeBrincat to Kopp, bottom of the left circle. Took it in behind the net, tried to give the puck to Kane. Comes free instead to Crevier. To Dock along the right boards. He outlets up the left wing to Ryan Donato at center ice, and he'll poke it off the boards deep into the red wing zone. And Patrick Kane back to retrieve the puck behind the Detroit net. He'll pass up the left wing Rasmussen. Ahead to Comfer over the Hawk line down the left wing side, and he fires a shot that goes wide. And then Nazar had the puck in his skates near the right point, lost it, taken back by the Hawks Grizzly. Head to Nazar. Nazar to the red wing blue line, will lift it into the left wing corner. Sandine Pellica back to get it there. Put it behind the net to the far corner. Taken away by Bertuzzi. He fires from the slot. And that goes just wide on a deflection. And the puck held in at the line by Nazar. Moves into the left circle. Fires. Gibson down with a butterfly save. Will hold on to the puck. It's been that kind of a night for the Hawks. 3-0 in favor of Detroit with 5:09 left in period number 3. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Connor Murphy. Get the hometown call all season long on WGN Radio.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Attention, all National Coalition of Labor members. Open enrollment is going on now. Enroll yourself, your spouse, and your kids with no health questions asked. Help protect what you're working so hard for with supplemental life, AD&D, accident, and critical illness insurance benefits. The maximum amount of supplemental life insurance benefits for you and your spouse are at the highest they've ever been. But hurry, open enrollment ends December 31st. Visit nclenrollment.com. That's nclenrollment.com. Underwritten by Reliance Star Life Insurance Company, Minneapolis, Minnesota, a member of the Voya family of companies.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, we'd love to, Chris. We need the Blackhawks to score a goal. They've got 5:09 left in the third period to do so. It is 3-0 Detroit. And the Detroit Red Wings, this is the end of a long road trip for them, a 6-game road trip. They are 3-1-1 so far. They started in Columbus. They went to the west coast of the U.S. and Canada, and they are ending up here in Chicago.
Well, we got an empty net on the Hawks end. The Hawks are trying to ruin the Wings shutout here. And good for Jeff Blashill. He's going to go for it. Lardis on the ice with the puck along the right boards. To the line, Levshunov. To Burakovsky, left point. Hawks with 6 attackers. Levshunov, high slot over to Lardis. He hammers one from the right circle. Butterfly save made by Gibson. Lardis had the rebound, knocked off his stick, left Shinoff right point to Burakovsky. He'll spin it across down behind the net. There to get it, Teravainen. To left Shinoff right point, now to Burakovsky left point. Send it across. Lardis has the puck beside the right circle. Carries out, fires a long shot. That hit Larkin and ricochets down ice into the Hawk zone. And doubling back Burakovsky to get the puck. Over to Artyom Levshunov in the far corner. And he'll carry it out in front of the Hawks' empty net out to the line. Drop it there to Frank Nazar to center ice. To Teuvo Teravainen. Works it into the Red Wing zone. Top of the right circle, Burakovsky. Sent it down toward the net. Deflects wide. Johansson spun it away. And now Kane's got the puck at the Red Wing line to center ice to DeBrincat over the Hawk line. Back in front for Kane. And a good play by Burakovsky. Doubling back. Getting a stick in the passing lane. Nazar cuts into the wing zone with the puck. Gave it to Teravainen. Right wing circle. Drop pass. High slot. Picked off by DeBrincat. Here he comes. Long shot from center ice. He scores into an empty Hawks net. That'll make it 4-0 Detroit with 3:46 left in the hockey game. And the building that was once so full you could barely move here at the United Center is beginning to empty.
Well, that Kane, DeBrincat, and Kopp line responsible for 3 goals tonight, and one of our keys was to watch out for those guys. They've been red hot. And I like the fact that Alex DeBrincat earlier had an opportunity to shoot for the empty net.
Yep.
He tried to get it over to Patrick Kane, realizing it would be goal $4.99. Is that right, Charlie? It would have been $4.99.
That's correct, yeah.
He's sitting on $4.98. It didn't work out, but he had another opportunity, so he just pulled the trigger himself. And empty net goal for Alex DeBrincat. And make that 14 goals now in the last 17 games for number 93.
And number 20 overall, second in this hockey game. So 4-0 in favor of the Wings as we seek the conclusion of the game. See what the Hawks can do in the remaining 3:24. Dominic Toninato at center ice. Send it down the boards deep into the wing zone. Rolls out to the left point to Wyatt Kaiser. He'll move into the high slot, dodge a hit, flip it toward the net. Glove save made by Gibson. Gibson holds on to the puck. We'll take one more break with 3:12 left in the game. Red Wings 4 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list. Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This December, being on Santa's nice list really pays off. Hi, it's John from Simple Flooring. We're giving the first 25 customers their biggest discount of the year. 15% off any new flooring installation. Hardwood, vinyl, carpet. Whatever's on your wish list, we make it easy. Samples brought to you, honest advice, and we even move your furniture. But hurry, Santa's list fills fast. Visit simpleflooring.com before the 25 special savings spots are gone. Simple Flooring, the gift of flooring made simple.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, it's Frank Nazar. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Back to the United Center along with Charlie Roumeliotis and Steve Conroy. I'm John Weideman. Happy to have you along here. Hawks and Red Wings. It's now time for the Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons. And this next face-off will be in the circle to the right of John Gibson. Dominic Toninato is going to take the draw for the Hawks against J.T. Comfer, who is a North Shore native. The drop of the puck, Comfer wins it for the Wings. Johansson behind the wing net, sent it around, held in by Murphy, right point. Put the puck down behind the wing net. It was intended for Ryan Donato, but knocked off his stick. Kaiser claims the puck out near the left point. Kaiser surveying his options, lifts the puck over the Red Wing net. Looked like a jump ball kind of a situation in basketball where Colton Dock and Simon Edmondson both tried to jump into the air and glove that puck, but it went over both of them. It now lies along the far boards in the Red Wing zone. and a scrum ensues there. Donato reaching in to try and scrape it out. It's in Colton Dock's skates, and he's got Comfer right on top of him there. Puck comes free. Murphy's got it right point. He'll fire. Blocker save made by Gibson. Gibson has been very, very steady tonight for Detroit.
Yeah, you mentioned Steve Yzerman and the way he's put this team together. I think the biggest knock on Detroit in the past has been their goaltending situation, and John Gibson, I think, he really helps address that. And they've had Peter Mrazek and Lyon last year and Billy Husto, and John Gibson's the real deal. And they made a deal with the Anaheim Ducks, and he has certainly paid dividends in Detroit.
He and Cam Talbot are the goaltending tandem for the Wings. Talbot has the distinction of being the only college player from the University of Alabama at Huntsville to make the National Hockey League. So I don't know if that program is even going still, maybe a club program. Mikheyev enters the wing zone, left circle, gave it to Dickinson, back to Mikheyev there. He tried to pass the puck off, ends up at the left point. Vlasic's got it to Teravainen, top of the left circle. Being pursued by Lucas Raymond. Teravainen put it down behind the Red Wing net. Ilya Mikheyev there. Mikheyev works his way around to the right circle, frees himself from a check from Sider, put it to the left point to Vlasic. He'll skate the puck to the left wing corner, stopping there, looking for his options. Put it across, Crevier from the right point, put it down to the right wing corner. Ryan Green on the puck there, checked by Edvinsson. And then the puck knocked free by Teravainen to Green. Green out near the right point. Runs right into Larkin, but the puck held in by Crevier. High slot, long wrist shot, and that goes wide of the net off a deflection. Under a minute to play in regulation. 4-0 Detroit. From the left circle, Teravainen leaks a pass in front for Green. Bounces into the high slot to Kaiser. Kaiser rolls from the left circle and fires, and a glove save is made by Gibson. He'll hold on now. That was the 26th shot on goal for the Blackhawks. They've outshot the Red Wings in the game. 26-23, but Gibson has been the difference.
Maybe the best pressure by the Blackhawks in this entire hockey game, and it comes with 1 minute to go in the game. So a good job by that line. And Ryan Green, kind of I think between shifts there, it was kind of a mixed up line, but they got a couple of 3 good opportunities on John Gibson, just couldn't solve the netminder.
Draw one by the Wings. Sherratt's got the puck behind the Detroit net. He's in no hurry. He carries out in front, moves the puck over to Sandin Pellikka, who flips it along the right boards into the hawk end, left shin off in the near corner. Send it behind the net around the right wing to Nick Lardis. And he'll stick it ahead for Moore in front of the benches. He clears the puck into the Red Wing zone. The Wings get it back. All they need to do now is milk the clock. Sandin Pellikka put it between the circles to Ben Sherratt. He'll outlet the center ice to Patrick Kane over the Hawk blue line. Sticks it away to the right wing corner to Alex DeBrincat. He's got a pair of goals here tonight. Puck taken by Sherratt at the point, fires a shot in the glove save made by Soderblom, who drops it into the far corner to Kaiser, and the game will end. So John Gibson stopping all 26 Blackhawks shots here tonight for the Detroit Red Wings. That's his second shutout of the year, the 26th of his career, and the third against the Chicago Blackhawks. It's been a good night of work for the Red Wings from start to finish. Not so much for the Blackhawks, who now see their record even up at 13-13-6. While with the win, the Red Wings are now 18-12-3, and they sustain their march toward a playoff spot.
Yeah, firmly entrenched in that Atlantic Division. In fact, with that win, they've jumped ahead of the Boston Bruins, so they're now just trailing the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Atlantic. You mentioned John Gibson. It was a fine game from him. Not a lot of work, but that's his second shutout in the last 3 games. He also shut out the Vancouver Canucks when they were on the West Coast. And as far as the Blackhawks go, I just look back early in the game. It was self-inflicted wounds. A couple of mistakes end up in the back of their net, and then they had opportunities, whether it was on the power play, even 5-on-5. What do you see?
Looking down in between the circles in the Red Wing end, Steve. Yeah. Patrick Kane skating out with his stick raised, waving to this partisan Chicago crowd. He has definite great memories here for sure. And he'll exit the tunnel now for the final time this season, barring a Stanley Cup final matchup.
Well, that's true.
Get too far ahead of myself. But you were making a great point there.
Well, no, but I'm just wondering about that. Do you think he's waving to the fans because this could be his last time at the United Center? I
don't know.
Who knows?
I got a feeling Kaner wants to play until he's about 60.
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. He is Showtime. But just getting back to the Blackhawks, So the failure on the power play, and a lot of that has to do with Connor Bedard. But I looked at the chances they had. They were missing shots. I mean, I counted at least 10, 12 pretty good scoring opportunities where they missed the net. Yeah. And, sometimes when you're without your top gun in Bedard, maybe you try and think it a little too much, and you try and become the guy instead of just not thinking, reacting out there, shooting the puck. Like Nick Lardis. I liked his game a lot. He just went out there and fired when he had an opportunity. I think the Blackhawks at times overthought it, and that can sometimes be debilitating.
Well, like a pitcher that wants the ball to take the mound and close out a game, Nick Lardis wanted the puck, and boy, he hammered some pretty good shots. Not every one of them went on net, but in his NHL debut, I don't think he'll have anything to be ashamed of. I liked his game a lot, Steve. I felt like he was one of the bright spots in the Blackhawks lineup here tonight.
I think Jeff Blashill will probably be asked about Nick Lardis in his first game in the NHL. He'll say the same thing, that he liked his game a lot. He was noticeable. He was physical. He was shooting the puck. He wanted the puck. And, you get a few more guys with that kind of attitude, and then all of a sudden, you're a little more of a threat. It just seemed like, guys were just overthinking it a little.